All right, welcome everyone to Girls Gang Squad. This week I have Salvaje joining me as my co-caster. Salvaje, how are you doing? Uh-oh. Am I
Hey,
muted?
so I'm listening to you in your stream right now. I don't hear you in Discord.
Oh, okay, let me fix that for you. You should be good now. Yeah? Good
There we
now?
go. Now it sounds
Woo!
good. Yes, okay, awesome. Hola.
Oh, hang on. It sounds good now, but now your camera froze for me. It wouldn't be GG's without some technical difficulties, right? Give me a second here. Let's see if we can fix up Salvaje's camera so she's not just frozen on screen. But welcome, everyone. I'm sure you have maybe seen the tweets and stuff, but we're just kicking things off a little differently tonight. Starting it out on Warhead Junction. Let's get Salvaje's camera fixed. Salvaje, what are your
I can
thoughts?
disconnect. Oh,
What are your thoughts on Warhead Junction?
I have yet to play it with the new changes. My initial thought when I first saw in the patch notes was Blizzard, stop wasting your time and fix Imperium. Was the only thing that came to mind. But it's going to be very interesting. I have not seen where the tunnels are. I just know there's two tunnels, one at the top, one at the bottom now. So I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, so I've kind of been looking around, seeing what people have to say, and um, I've heard whispers that this map it's quite possible to not just double soak, but even triple soak as the offlaner sometimes because of where the tunnels are positioned. You can just go all over the map really fast and efficiently while the rest of your team just runs around and does whatever. Say you put like Melthiel on a pale horse and he's just
Oh
popping
no.
into the lanes all over the place catching the soak while the team runs all over. So I'm really excited to see how these teams approach this map tonight. And I'm also curious to see where this map goes in the future with these changes. Is there an opportunity here for it to make its way back into ranked play?
I guess we'll see how it plays out. I mean, if someone's able to triple soak, you're gonna have to find someone else to match that triple soak, and then I don't even know where to go from there. Besides, split pushing
Yeah,
galore. Have fun, you split pushers.
yeah. I think it could definitely be a unique map to go to. Um, both the teams are in here, so let's get the readies out, see if they're ready to get into game number one of our best of five series tonight.
Hey, is my camera working all right now?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
good.
cool.
I had to take the filter off though. I don't know why it's not.
No, my green screen. It's hideous.
Just didn't want to work. Hang on. I'll try and see if I can get it fixed here.
I'll do a little jig for you.
All right. That's the best as we can do here. All right, fixed for the most
Hey.
part. We're looking for those readies in chat right now to get into game number one, and it does look like we are ready. We have readies from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into this. Game number one on Warhead Junction. I'm excited.
Let's see what both teams pull out, man. I know the murky band's coming. It has to. It has to,
It's so
especially if you can triple soak.
oh, I love this. The game takes a second to show up in OBS. Okay, it's so weird to be casting for as long as I have, which isn't really that long, but it's enough games that to hear it go Warhead Junction when you pop into game, it just sounds really off.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh wait, are we in quick match?
Yeah.
So what bans and picks are you
I'm just
seeing
gonna
could be snapped
quickly
up here?
turn some volume adjustments here because it looks like it's a little low. All right. Well, it does seem like teams have been talking about how they're going to approach playing this map here. So I think that we can expect a ban onto track 6's Zool potentially. And maybe the Murky as well. It is going to be the Gazlo ban coming out. That was another one that I'm not surprised to see. Didn't quite get to saying his name yet, but that's another hero that I can see just running all over the place, soaking lanes while the team wreaks havoc in the 4-man. And like I said, there's that Murky ban coming out onto track 6, and I'm not going to be surprised if we see the Zool ban for second ban on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew here. Track 6 is kind of known for those like off-lane split pushing rules where she just kind of runs it down. And from what I've heard about how you can play Warhead Junction, she could definitely shine on this map doing that.
For sure. And they do get the Mothvale ban, like you said before, on a pale horse. with the addition of those tunnels, makes him literally a global. He's no longer just
well, that's the
triple
thing.
soaking.
That's the thing with this map now is everybody's a global. You can
Yeah.
get from bottom to top of the map so quickly. I'm so excited to see how some of these fights play out for these warheads when you have them split across the map and stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the map. Did they move the warheads or anything, or just add the tunnels?
So the tunnels are added. Bottom boss is removed. Instead, there's a vision down that way and a tunnel that you can use to get to the top lane above the top vision.
Okay.
And so now there's only one boss in the top lane. There's not a double boss on Warhead Junction anymore.
Okay, makes sense. Sounds exciting. Rainer and the ETC picked up on the side of a 5-woman wrecking crew. So I'm seeing some strong team fight already with the ETC powerhouse. I'm always a fan of ETC, and they did steal it from Slice. So we're gonna see Slice on something a little different, possibly a Garrosh, maybe. Since we're rotating to Johanna. And Lunara with that extra range on her 16. If you go the W, ooh.
All right, they are going to opt to just continue to target ban Traxix here, taking away the Sonya. They are really not letting her get anything in tonight. I'm interested to see what she's going to pick up here. Keep in mind, though, Breakwood is known to flex into any role at all. So if Traxix can't fill the offlane role, don't worry. Breakwood's got us covered.
Breakwood literally has every hero in this entire game mastered and ready to go. Like, there is no banning out Breakwood.
All right, the Ana band coming out from the side of Mur-der-locs. Don't you just love the team names that these ladies come up with?
They both make complete sense with them showing off their Murky and Gazlo in the last GGS. And now the Murky, which is Traxx on one side, and then Gazlo, which is Mercy on the other, makes complete sense. And we do have Malfurion and Jaina being picked up by 5-woman wrecking crew.
This is a hero that Imran is quite comfortable on, Jaina, so this is a good pickup for her. Of course, depending on how Rainer is built here, you can have some nice synergy if he decides to opt into Ace in the Hole at level 1, as well as the synergy of possibly going the Mosh, Ring of Frost, classic Wombo combo set up over here, and Mercy.
Oh,
Mercy.
Bro.
You never know what she's gonna bring to these games. She is another player that literally plays everything in the game, and very well as well. You know everything from Malfurion to Zeratul to Samaru to Medivh to you name it, she plays it.
Yeah, Samaru's gonna be a big problem here. Diva's gonna have a really hard time keeping up. If they do decide to do one person soaking either 2 lanes and the rest of them going into 1 lane, it's going to be a hard time dealing with that Sam. And he offers so much for the team fight as well that Lunara and Li Ming are just so squishy. It's going to be tough.
I'm excited to see what these teams bring out here, though. I want to see what their strats are, see if there's any good ideas or how to approach this map. I'm just excited to see how the map changes work and play out in general. Not even if there's going to be some like, oh, this is a great idea of how to play this. Just let's see the map changes, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to take my cam and just go all over the place and see what's going on real quick. Oh, okay, I see here. So I see the tunnel here. It's the same tunnels from Towers of Doom. And then, okay, I see that. So there's 1 boss at the top and then 2 warheads at the bottom still. All right,
here we are. Game number 1 of our best of 5 series tonight between 5-woman wrecking crew and Mur-der-locs. On the left-hand side, we have 5-woman wrecking crew with Mercy on Samaru, Althine playing the Rainer, Little Barista on the Malfurion, Imran on Jaina, and the Bex on ETC.
And on the right-hand side with Mur-der-locs, we have Breakwood on the Li Ming, Traxx on the Diva, Lunara, Fujin on the Lunara, Kaiberries on Brightwing, and Slice on Johanna.
Such a big map, but with these tunnels now, I wonder if it's going to feel much smaller and how fast these rotations can happen for ganks on a people overextended in lanes. I mean, fortunately, there's the vision, so you can kind of keep an eye on who's going to be taking tunnels where.
We do see Diva and Samaru started off in the opposite lanes, with Samro making his way in the middle here. Oh no, all the way to the top. Cheese and crackers. This man, he took the tunnel. Yeah, he took the tunnel and went all the way to the top.
I'm sure we're going to have quite the time watching these people jump around the map. Traxix going in that tunnel as well. Going to catch Raynor. Or Althene's going to catch Diva, I guess. Rotating down.
The double lane soak is bottom and top. Yeah, that's basically what's happening. They're split soaking or double laning, but bottom and top. And everyone hangs middle. ARAM middle.
That does seem to be what the strat is so far. We have the Bex getting chunked down a little bit here, but she's able to back out. Imran stepping forward, trying to get some damage out onto Mur-der-locs. But really no trade so far. No deaths yet in this game, and everyone's just trying to figure out how to play this map, where they're going, and how to set up their lanes, it seems.
Yeah, and it looks like they have, on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew, the Raynor staying bottom. Althane is going to be catching this soak no matter what, while Samro tries to put that heavy pressure onto Diva. Again, it's a very difficult hero to contest against, especially with a lot of his counters being straight out banned with the Sonya ban and everything. Is very well played out with those ban picks.
We are going to see the first camp of the game getting picked up here by Mur-der-locs, making the rotation onto the siege camp in the bottom lane here. And it looks like Raynor thinking about doing the same thing over here. The Bex is going to go and grab that vision with the help of her teammates so they can watch out for those invades. And so far, let's take a look at the XP soaked. Samaru sitting at about 1800. Diva at 2380, though. A little bit ahead here to start out the game, but we're going to see a camp invade coming out here now. Onto 5-woman Wrecking Crew's siege camp.
And we do see Malfurion getting very low, with Li Ming just trying to get that reset off. He is still very low, but Little Barista is going to get put down by Breakwood. Her resets are going to be going off now, with Althine getting very low. Breakwood is going to go ahead and almost finish it off. Misses just barely with her Qs. The Bex trying to get on out of here, and Lunara making sure to put that poke down. Looks like he's going to fall here. Medallions is used on the side of ETC, so he won't have that for another 5 minutes. A great camp invade.
Yeah, unfortunately for 5-woman Wrecking Crew, they're having to give up their siege camp, lost a couple members, and during that whole time as well, the siege camp from the side of Mur-der-locs pushing their bottom lane. 2 warheads up in the bottom here to be grabbed, as well as 1 in the top. Keep in mind that tunnel is there for teams to rotate on quickly, and the mid one very quickly grabbed by Traxix and launched in the mid lane.
If Diva falls out of her mech, does she keep the nuke?
I believe so.
Okay. Oh, and we do have a pause being broken out here. So I really like that fight that they did on that 5-woman Wrecking Crew's
siege camp. Yeah.
However, we could have seen a rotate from Samro come down in that tunnel and possibly turn the tide for that fight, because they did end up getting ahead in XP with that fight. Even though Samuro was soaking the whole time, it didn't matter because Traxx immediately jumped in the tunnel and went right back top and soaked the rest.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say what would have happened if we were to pop down there, but definitely an option to have considered there, is that tunnel brings you pretty well close to flanking into the back line of Mur-der-locs. There's a possibility that they didn't want to end up out of position, but you are Samaru, so pretty slippery, so might have worked out in their favor if he did opt to do that. What are we looking at right now? The side of Mur-der-locs has 2 nukes right now, trying to contest that top one, and it does look like the members of 5-woman Wrecking Crew aren't going to be around to stop that one.
Stop the contesting. And we do see all 5 members of Mur-der-locs here in the top, so they may plan on just kind of running it down this top fort and getting it down with those 3 nukes. We're the team with P aggro, apparently. Just everyone hanging out in all chat.
All right, let's make sure. Imran DC'd for a second, and then Traxix decided to run to the bathroom quick.
Oh.
While the DC happened.
We have Ready on the side of Mur-der-locs.
All right.
Oh, and on 5-woman Wrecking Crew. Let go.
Back to it. Mur-der-locs looking to pick up their 4th nuke technically of the game here in that top lane and launching it all here. Typically, you know, you would see teams focus their nukes in the bottom or top lane as those were the boss lanes pre-map changes. But now, since there's only that boss in the top lane, I imagine all focus is going to be on nuking top lane as the priority. Just like, you know, just like when you're on the Dragon Knight, it's always the priority is to go bottom lane because there's all the camps for extra siege pressure and stuff.
Yeah, really smart of them getting all those nukes, getting that fort down as soon as possible. And we do see a possible invade coming over here. They do see Mercy come on in. She does get chunked down pretty heavily, but she's going to be able to teleport and walk away there. And we do see the Bruisers going to be attempted to be picked up by the side of Mur-der-locs, but the Beck says, no thank you, this is my camp. Ends up running a stun on Kaiberries and Fusion. Fusion getting very, very low, does end up falling. Breakwood at half health, still trying to hang out, see if they can get a pick here, get some damage out. And Althine taking a tunnel and
with the
flames.
Woo!
Oh baby, yes, use those tunnels to gank, but she does look like she's in a troubling spot. Does end up walking away.
ETC coming up though, going for that power slide, but not quite the right way here. Breakwood doing what she can to try and back out after going for that pick onto Althine. She is going to manage to survive here. That Bruiser camp pushing top. However, they did lose their top fort with those nukes. So that boss lane opened up for the side of Mur-der-locs here.
We do have a Bruiser camp pushing in top now, so if we're going to see a response to this, trying to see if they can stop that, because they have the advantage top lane. They don't want to give this up.
Exactly. In terms of XP, though, look, both these teams pretty even on XP. Mercy's getting chunked here. Breakwood is going in, trying to get the finish onto her, is going to send out her missiles. Doesn't quite connect. Lots of little clones being dropped, kind of eat some of that damage for Samurai. For now, it looks like all the members are going to be able to back out here. Althine taking that tunnel bottom. Let's see where she's going to end up.
Tunnels mastered. She's like, I'm going to take them at every instance. And we do see Mercy hanging out the tunnel, seeing what she can do. Slice just making sure that everyone knows about her position, with Althine rotating bottom. Althine is literally a global. She's main Rainer, a global.
All right, does look like the siege camp on the side of 5-woman wrecking crew is going to be picked up now. Let's see if they can get away with that. And look at this rotation coming out onto Samurai from Mur-der-locs. He is popping into stealth there, trying to get out, swapping clones, trying to confuse them, and he's out of there, you know. Safe and sound, no worries there. It's tricky sometimes to gank a Samurai, especially one that is a competent player.
For sure. Usually after the second clone change, I give up.
Level 10's online now for both teams here. On the side of Mur-der-locs, we're going to see Wave of Force being picked up by Li Ming. Micro missiles from the D.Va. Leaping Strikes getting grabbed by the Lunara. Blink Heal from Brightwing, and the Blessed Shield being picked up by Joanna.
And then for 5-woman wrecking crew, we do have Illusion Master picked up by the Samurai. Summon Water Elemental picked up by Jaina. Stage Dive, even more global, by the ETC. Twilight Dream from Malfurion, and Rainer's Raider on Rainer.
All right, both teams sitting with a nuke to drop here. Althine has the nuke for the side of 5-woman wrecking crew. Let's see what she's going to do with that here. I imagine, you know, she's been using the tunnels pretty effectively, so I'm not going to be surprised if she tries to sneak top. Blessed Shield coming out from the Joanna, catching 3 members of 5-woman wrecking crew. Malfurion getting quite low. Imran as well, taking quite a bit of damage, and we have Traxxas in the backline trying to pick her off. Meanwhile, Samurai in the backline of Mur-der-locs does fall. Jaina getting picked off by D.Va, and Althine still sitting with that nuke on her. Able to stay alive for now, but 2 members down on the side of 5-woman wrecking crew, and they have that Bruiser camp pushing top right now.
Awesome Blessed Shield. Oh, we did have an interrupt on Kaiberries when she tried to launch the nuke. A little bit of cooldown there, but awesome Blessed Shield and Li Ming synergy there. As soon as Slice threw that Blessed Shield and knew that she hit Malfurion and Jaina, Li Ming immediately throwing all of her damage and chunking them so hard, and then D.Va just following up while they turned on the Sam.
I will say that Mur-der-locs a little bit more practiced in playing together, as a few of the members have been on NGS teams and Heroes Lounge teams together. So they have a bit of an advantage that way.
And Mercy getting stunned here by the Johanna is going to be using her stealth to get away. Does end up being revealed with Breakwood with eyes of hunger, but Mercy does end up teleporting to her other clone and walking away. And then D.Va and ETC just battling up top here.
It does feel like Mur-der-locs have kind of figured out how to play these rotations and lanes. You notice that they're sticking as a 4-man almost the entire game and just letting D.Va pop around all over, whereas 5-woman Wrecking Crew right now, like they have ETC top, Samaru mid, and now a 3-man defending this bottom lane instead of kind of matching the same idea that Mur-der-locs is going for here.
Yeah, definitely trying to utilize the ETC global for his stage dive, but the issue with that is you don't have a tank then.
Yeah.
And Morian is getting very, very low, but Raynor, a Blessed Shield does end up falling into the Raynor, and he does get popped by Lunara and Li Ming. With Lunara being counter-killed by the Jaina, ETC does end up stage diving in, but Mur-der-locs, in a bit of trouble with that Samuro popping in. And Breakwood able to get away, throwing her combos, trying to get this team off of them. But it looks like they're here for the kills, and they're trying to get this chase down.
All right, and I like to, Lil Barista, she kind of was debating whether or not to grab the nuke or continue with her team as they push forward, but she opted just to keep going to heal them up. We do have the next nukes, or warheads I should say, spawning in here, one in the bottom lane, one in the mid lane, and it does look like mid lane is going to go easily over to the side of Mur-der-locs. No one there to interrupt that one, but meanwhile in the bottom lane we have the Brightwing and Li Ming hanging around, stalling out this bottom warhead. The Beck's getting quite chunked down. Immorin stepping a little bit too far forward here, unfortunately going to get picked off. This warhead looking like it's going to go over to the side of Mur-der-locs. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Samaru going for this bruiser camp here to try and de-push that a bit.
Yeah, they want to try to get that lane pressured out. The thing is, Mur-der-locs sitting here with the strong advantage of having all of their forts up and their keeps up. So 5-woman Wrecking Crew has to deal with 3 lanes that have extra pressure from catapults. So Samaru just has a full-time job of clearing lanes at this point.
Look at this, 3 nukes. This keep is in a lot of danger right now. You have the interrupt coming out onto the Brightwing there for the first nuke. Althine landing that Q from Raynor to interrupt there, but there's 2 nukes being dropped now by the side of Mur-der-locs. Kaiberry stepping up to try and get the 3rd one off. The rest of the members stepping up to get that damage onto this bottom keep, and we are going to see that fall here. Stage dive coming out from the ETC though for the engage here, trying to look for that fight before level 16's hit on the side of Mur-der-locs, but her team just wasn't ready. And again, we have Samaru up in that top lane just pushing top, so this is making it a 4v5 here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle with the ETC stage dive, is that if your team's not ready, the enemy team knows exactly where you're going to land, and you have to be really, really wary of that counter engage. But we do have the Blessed Shield coming out onto the Raynor while they were all hiding in the bush in the corner over there. Silence does come out from the Malfurion trying to save Raynor, but he does end up getting picked off immediately. And the nuke does go over to Mur-der-locs.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, Samaru able to take down that top fort and kind of get some pressure up there, but it looks like Mur-der-locs just going to try and get some core damage here and going for it. I mean, Samaru needs to think about backing now. It's getting a little bit dangerous here as it does seem that they're going for the core call. Power slide coming out from the ETC, but ETC getting chunked down quite quickly here. We are going to see him fall. We do have Raynor spawning back in a few seconds, but Immorin is going to fall to the leaping strikes from the Lunara. The nuke coming out, almost picking off Lunara, but she is able to survive, and now 2 members down on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew as they try to defend their core here.
This is definitely a core call. We do have the bomb coming out from the D.Va. It's going to go ahead and zone away the side of 5-man Wrecking Crew. When we do see getting fairly low, Breakwood trying to put out that damage. The root falling down, keeping them away, and it looks like they're able to zone them away for now. But the top lane is still pushing the keep wall from Samuro pushing it down.
59% on their core here, so a nice chunk of core damage done by Mur-der-locs. They're going to stop here, go ahead and hearth back to base, top up on their health and mana, and clear up that top lane as that bruiser camp pushes in.
If they get, I think, just 2 nukes, I think they could end the game. Maybe 3? I'm not sure if the damage, I don't know, is the damage bonus increased at 14 minutes like it used to be?
I think that as far as nuke damage goes, it stayed the same. I didn't see anything about that changing. So you are correct in the fact that there's 4 nukes on the map right now. If they get a few of these, there is a chance that they just go ahead and rush core, drop their nukes, and end the game here. Now, that being said, 5-woman wrecking crew on even talent tier right now with Mur-der-locs. Mercy getting a little bit caught here, revealed by the Joanna with a blind. It's their opportunity to try and take a 5v5, a nice team fight on equal talent tiers before it's too late, as level 20s are going to come online for the side of Mur-der-locs before 5-woman wrecking crew here.
And we do have 3 nukes being taken by by Mur-der-locs, and D.Va can just take that portal and be here at bottom in an instance, and they can go ahead and make the core call if they want. If they can get all 3 of those nukes on, I see it being GG.
It does seem like they are looking to be aggressive here regardless of the talent tier. Mercy looking to try and get some damage onto Breakwood in the backline. We're going to have that phase shift coming out from Brightwing with the reveal.
And with D.Va pushing in top, they're just going to be allowing... We do have a nuke being used top, so they're going to be playing the patient game a little bit more instead. And just going to continue to add additional pressure into all the lanes until they're totally ready to commit to a core call.
I'm kind of hoping that we see a boss play at some point too before the game ends, just because I'd like to see, you know, I'd like to see a fight over it, at least once.
For sure. It'd be really exciting. I think they can go for the boss if they see one person go down bottom, but they are almost 19. If they decide to take a 5v5, this would be a disadvantage on the side of Mur-der-locs because they're so close to that level 20 advantage. They want to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it does look like the Bex is aware of that. She's going to mount up and try to find the pick potentially here, or just ward the bush and let them grab that bruiser camp. I do wish they'd be a little bit more aggressive. Like, this is the chance. They finally are all grouped. They have Samaru here with them. It does look like Samaru wants to go scout this camp. We do know that Joanna is sitting not with her team right now, so it might be a good opportunity to try and find this fight. Tiny little window here before level 20s are hit, and they're just going to have to sit back and wait.
Yeah, they still have 2 catapults in the bottom that they need to take care of, because that'll apply so much core pressure with the 3rd one on its way. And Mur-der-locs realizes this. They're going to go ahead and clear this bruiser. They have 20 now. They can take the boss for free, essentially, unless 5-woman wrecking crew want to try to contest this under 20.
Oh, dang. They're using nukes on the boss.
Oh. I mean, it gets it fast. I would have liked to see those. They are saving Kaiberry's nuke for the core. But this is a hefty boss. We're at 16 minutes of the game here, so this boss alone with 1 nuke can end the game probably. We're going to see in just a moment how much damage it does to the core. But it has a keep to get through, so I'm not too sure.
This boss is always really annoying, though, with its little poison things that drop on you.
Dark things just pooping on you the entire time. You're like, ah.
The nice thing is, though, you can also kind of stall this boss out a little bit because it does stop to drop those when there's minion waves or something stopping it in the lane. So, not too much of that seen here, but there's the Blessed Shield coming out from the Joanna, connecting onto Little Barista and Imran, and they're just no health left here. Imran going to manage to make it back to base, but Malfurion falling in this boss, still looking extremely healthy. We see 1 nuke coming out from each side here. 2nd nuke from the side of 5-woman wrecking crew trying to defend this core, but the core is quickly falling. That boss still extremely healthy, and all 5 members staying alive for this push, and this is going to be game number 1 going over to the side of Mur-der-locs.
Oh, baby, I loved how that was played on the side of Mur-der-locs. A lot of focus on the nukes, where it felt like at the beginning, 5-woman wrecking crew were focusing a lot on the lanes. Samuro sticking to the top lane for such a long period of time during that siege invade, kind of got them up behind there and allowed them to get 3 nukes off the bat. So congrats to Mur-der-locs, really playing that map very well for all the new changes.
Yeah, no, I think they had a good strategy there. Like I said, if you were watching it, the majority of the time, they stuck as their 4-man.
You're muted in Discord.
Well, as I was saying, I think the majority of the time, they stuck together in their 4-man and just let D.Va do the soaking in the off lane. And they just ran it down. Anytime that there was an opportunity for them to take a 4v3, they were on it. They were being aggressive. They were sieging up keeps, forts, wherever they could do it, invading camps. And we just didn't see that same coordination coming out from the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew. A lot of the times we saw ETC and Samaru both off soaking, and then the rest of the team left to fight a 3v4. Even with the stage dive, it wasn't quite working out the way that you maybe would have hoped here. And I get it. I understand why you take stage dive as ETC here, especially with so much interrupt. You have the Li Ming, the Wave of Force, the Polymorph from Brightwing, the stuns from Johanna, both her Condemn and her Blessed Shield, to interrupt the moshes, but I just don't think that this was the way that I don't know if she should have been using it as a global necessarily, if she was going stage dive.
I'm usually not a fan of the main tank ETC offlaning. I would prefer to see, if you're going to offlane with ETC, maybe grab an Imperious who can also act as a main tank. Maybe grab just someone a little bit tankier to stick with the 3-man, because Samuro was there, to just offer that additional pressure. Because offlaning as the main tank ETC, it leaves your team kind of in an awkward position to try to defend their keeps and siege and camps and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I want to point out, Slice's Blessed Shields. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Every time she saw a squishy target slightly out of position, instant Blessed Shields. And it would bounce on someone squishy who was hanging out with them, of course, as well. And then with the combination with Li Ming right on top of that, woo! They did so well. They did so well synergizing.
Yeah, no, I do have to agree with you there. You know, sometimes you watch Joanna's and they hold on to that Blessed Shield for way too long when there's so many opportunities that you could just snap pop a Blessed Shield. The rest of your team is going to be able to catch those couple people out of position and blow them up fast enough that it's worth it to just use it as an engage, be the aggressors. Don't just hold it to maybe use it as a defense and maybe get a pick off while you're using it defensively. So it was great to see here. And like I said, it's kind of 5-woman Wrecking Crew has their work cut out for them because Breakwood, Kai Berries, and Slice have all played together quite frequently for a while.
Wait, they're literally Careless Badgers, or what used to be.
Well,
right?
Yeah, they're like half of Careless Badgers. Exactly. That's it. Also, you know, half of Clever Girls as well, which is like our team we bring back in when there's teams that stick around for too long. We do have first pick coming out from the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew, which is going to give map pick over to the side of Mur-der-locs. So let's hit them up, see what map they would like to bring us to for game number 2.
Yes, I am excited. I hope they pick a smaller map. I think with the 5-women Wrecking Crew, just knowing some of the ladies' rosters, they're kind of a brawling team. And they would do very well on a map that involves a lot of brawling.
Mm-hmm. I think, too, it might be interesting to see Mercy more in the 4-man and not necessarily offlaning, because I know she is the strongest player on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew, which is sometimes a great thing to have as an offlaner, but if she's going to be doing the shot calling and stuff, it might be better to have her in the 4-man doing that, because there is competent players that could probably fill the offlane role if they needed to for 5-woman Wrecking Crew. I know the Bex is a flex player and can play quite a bit of everything. And Althene, I'm not too familiar with her hero pool. She's a little bit newer face to GG's, but I know that she does play assassins and healers and that she's a diamond player. So she might have a couple roles that she can kind of fill in there as well. All right, it does look like we have the map pick coming out from the side of Mur-der-locs, and we are going to be going to Towers of Doom for game number 2 of the evening. I love this map. This is my favorite map.
This is a GGS classic, Towers of Doom. This is always the map in GGS that goes to like 1 point versus 2 points with 3 towers coming up, and you're like, what do we do? What's gonna happen? So I'm excited to see how they end up playing this out, and hopefully it's a really, really close game like it usually is.
All right, the lobby is up. Let's get everyone on in here.
I'm waiting for the lobby in Jazzy Hots. There it is. Bam. Let me in.
We got a lot of faces in chat cheering on these ladies tonight, and a lot of new followers. So I really do appreciate that. James Thomas, Death Unbound, Spectrama, thank you so much for the follows. No, I don't have alerts set up. It's just so that I don't get flagged on YouTube when I eventually upload these there. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Where's the first pick? Nova, Smoogie says.
Do it! Oh, I love weird stuff like that. Like Nova picks, Asmodan. Like bring out some Asmodan. Why not? He doesn't see enough love anymore.
All right, just need one more player in here. Get that first pick option set up in our lobby, and everything sorted away here. What are you thinking we're gonna see for bans going into this game? Is Traxic just gonna be the target ban all night
Yes,
here?
I think so, because it's just the heroes that she plays are just so annoying to deal with, and it's just not to like shade on it or anything. I think competent Murky players and Zul players are awesome. Good job, y'all have a real grasp of the macro of the map. But it is annoying to play against, and we don't want to deal with it in GGS. So I do see Traxx getting targeted banned here with the Zul and the Murky being banned out. We do have Mercy's Gazlo as well as a potential threat on these maps.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of the same bans coming out here, simply because it's another one of those maps where your offlaner is typically going to be double soaking, so you want something that can have decent wave clear, rotate between the lanes quick enough. So Gazlo, Malthael, Murky, Zul, Sonya, all bans we saw in game number 1, bans that I'm not going to be surprised to see stuck with going into game number 2.
Yeah, I completely agree. And possibly a Ming ban. Breakwood's Ming was very, very strong. It follows up very, very well with Slice's tanks. I do think Slice may get her ETC this time around, because they might switch up the tanks. I don't know if I've seen the Bex on offlane as well, and I remember being like, oh my god, the Bex is amazing in offline. So we might see someone else on that tank role.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's really fun to watch Mercy play these flashy things because she does play them well, but sometimes I feel like it might just be better for her team if she's in a simpler role just to help carry a little bit more, because you have everyone on the side of Mur-der-locs playing their best roles and their best heroes. And I'm not saying that like Samaru's not Mercy's best hero, but I know that you put her on something like a Rainer or I'm just trying to think of the other things that she's like.
Pop-off DPS.
Yeah, something that's a little bit more. You know, I've seen her on Zeratul as well. Something that's a little bit more. Hanzo, yes, yeah. Something that can sit with the 4-man and help really carry these team fights. Because Samaru, not really known for his team fights. You know, he's just a little slippery and like doing things all over the map. And I think it would be fun to see her in the 4-man and maybe the Bex doing some offlaning, but I'm not sure. Mercy doesn't typically tank. She has filled the tank role before in taking Mei, but I think that I'm not going to be surprised if we see the Bex stick with tanking, which I don't know if they have someone else that can offlane. So we do have those readies coming out in chat, looking to get into game number 2 here. Let me just double check that both sides have given us the go ahead, and it does look like we are ready to go. Going to get into game number 2 here on Towers of Doom. If you're wondering how we got here, game number 1, we kicked it off with Warhead Junction, checking out the map changes, and the win was picked up by Mur-der-locs there.
Towers of Doom, just the battle of ARAM in the bot lane. That's all it is. There's the Murky ban, as we predicted.
Yeah, not too surprising there.
It's just extremely oppressive. That's all it is. It's very oppressive. Traxx has that hero inside and out.
Carrie says GG's is the reason tank became my off role, so forcing people to fill is a good thing. New skills.
True. Tank also became one of my main roles in Storm League now because of GGS.
I know there's a few of you that have kind of picked up tanking a lot more often, partly because it's a role that always needs to be filled for GGs. Miss Unicorn Farts is another one of those players that we typically would always see her playing assassins and healers, who also started picking up a lot more tanks.
Just makes it easier for everyone. If you can just pick up that tank role and kind of get it mastered. One day, my ETC is going to battle against Slice's ETC in a 1v1, and we're going to see who comes on top.
QM snipe each other, trying to get...
Heck yeah. Just an ARAM, just battling it out, smacking our axes together. We do see the Diva ban, and Brightwing being picked up instantly by Little Barista.
Now, Brightwing these days, very popular. Everybody has been really touting how great of a healer Brightwing is. What are your feelings on her?
Yes, I want that has been saying Brightwing is very, very strong. I don't know when she started rising up, but I noticed like in the middle or towards the beginning of the new season, her Z build felt very, very powerful. And then when you pair it along with the extra healing on, I want to say 13, you can completely fill up a Cho'Gall, essentially. And we do have Li Ming and Cassia being picked up by the 5-woman wrecking crew as well. But yeah, I love Brightwing. Always have, always will.
No, I think she's great, and she's definitely doing much better in this meta than we've seen previously. Whether she's a little bit too much emphasis put on her right now, maybe. I still think that when you're playing into a kind of burst comp or a lot of AoE damage, her heals are so slow in team fights. She has that one phase shift, but past that, it's like you get to heal up one target in your fight, and that's gonna be it. You're getting really slow, tiny heals the rest of the time, so it can be a little bit tricky for the team running the Brightwing to win some of these team fights because of that.
Yeah, because when they picked Brightwing first, they did opt to pick Lunara and Zool on the side of Mur-der-locs, which are both kind of overtime damage. So Brightwing actually is very strong into that. May and Zekard being picked up by Mur-der-locs, and Sonya being grabbed by the Bex.
Oh, here we go. So this means Mercy is going to be grabbing the tank here, which I'm really excited about, because that means that they have a very strong shot caller on a role that's going to be the person engaging here.
Stitches want to play.
All right.
Stitches. Okay with the Stitches pick.
I think it can work if you have the right follow-up, and I think that they do have decent follow-up. You follow up with a polymorph and Li Ming burst and Cassia as well. You can make something come out of it. I would have liked to see a little bit more CC to secure the picks off hooks, but it can work out. I like the Tychus pickup by the side of Mur-der-locs, though. That's going to really help with Stitches. Sometimes his health pool really hard to get through, and having that % damage for Mur-der-locs is going to help them be able to just walk in and fight into Stitches.
I am in love with the Tychus pickup. This is exactly the answer that you need for Stitches, and he's still really strong against squishy heroes. They did buff his quarterback talent, I believe, where he does additional damage. That can chunk a Li Ming or Brightwing pretty how do you say, it can affect them quite a bit at the beginning of a fight. And then with the May, just displacement everywhere you go. I'm looking at the side of Mur-der-locs again. I'm seeing them getting into a lot of team fights with Zool just top and mid soaking the whole time.
Prepare yourself for battle.
All right, well, here we are, game number 2 of our best of 5 series tonight. We do have 5-woman wrecking crew on the left-hand side, with Althene playing Li Ming, Lil Barista on the Brightwing, Imran on Cassia, Mercy taking that tank role on Stitches, and the Bex off-laning on the Sonya.
And on the side of Mur-der-locs, we have Slice on the May, Kyberries on Deckard, Breakwood on Tychus, Fujin on Lunara, and Traxx on Zool. Is it Fujin or is it Fujin?
I think I think it's Fujin.
Fujin?
I
Okay,
would
am
say
saying it right?
Fujin. I don't know. I just think it's said Fujin.
Okay.
That's my guess. Do you have Zula already just starting it off in that top lane, looking to get that soak right away? There's the hook going out onto Slice. A bit of damage being dumped onto the Lunara there. The Beck's just spinning on the back line. This is a 5v4 in the mid lane in favor of 5-woman Wrecking Crew. As I said, Zula already in that top lane catching soak there and is a wave up. The Beck's rotating up now to grab that soak, so she's not missing it out. And Slice slowing them on the rotation here. But is she going to pay for it? She is able to slide on out of there. Here comes a Deckard root connecting onto 3 members of 5-woman Wrecking Crew. What did he go at level 1? All right, it's not Scroll of Identify. So no stacks at least.
No stacking up on those roots. And we do see Hungry for More being picked up by Stitches. So this game is definitely going to go, usually Towers of Doom goes into the longer phase, getting closer to that 20-minute mark. So that's going to be a tanky and very speedy Stitches late game.
Yeah, and I do like that talent paired with a Brightwing as well, because her phase shift does percent healing. So you have a real beefy Stitches, and the phase shift coming in is going to, you know, really keep them around in these fights for quite a long time. Slice is over here keeping an eye on the siege camp of 5-woman Wrecking Crew, but her team isn't anywhere near being done their camp for the invade here, so it is a 3v2 for the moment. They are going to be able to get the siege camp on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew, and now Mur-der-locs locking in their siege camp as well.
We do see Stitches coming down. Lunara does end up scouting him out with that Wisp. They're just going to try to get the pressure here. Hook does come out, doesn't end up hitting anyone, and they're going to try to clear these sappers as fast as possible.
Slice sliding in here, trying to be disruptive on the 5-woman Wrecking Crew. Her team getting quite low here. They need to be careful. Look at Althene on the flank here, landing these amazing orbs and missiles, really chunking down the members of Mur-der-locs. They need to be careful. If she pops off here, that's resets for them. There's the orb going out. Doesn't quite connect onto Breakwood. Kai throwing out some potions to give Breakwood a bit of a heal. And the team's backed up and tapped now, so the health bar is looking a little bit more beefy here. Mercy getting chunked now by Breakwood. We do see Breakwood is going on in for her, using that run and gun to close the distance here. She's turning back around. Whew! Is she going to be able to live here, though? That's the question. We have that phase shift coming out. It's onto Imran, though, and she is able to walk away. Life saved for now. Hit that fountain, and the tower is coming up in just a short 10 seconds here.
And we do have a hook coming out onto Fujin, followed up by the E from Cassia. Slice with the counter engage with that W, trying to get them away from her. And Breakwood just running it down onto Morin with that damage. I am seeing a pattern here. Ooh. Oh, Hook just misses Fujin. We don't really have a crazy ton of burst on the side of Mur-der-locs, but we do see Morin getting very, very low. She does end up getting out of there and backing, and we have the first tower being picked up by Zul, and she's going for the tower.
Yeah, Sonya came down to try and help out, so now Zul was able to free take his tower, and then on top of that is looking to grab the tower on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew. That mid one is going to go over to Mur-der-locs, so for now 32-40 in the score in favor of Mur-der-locs. Traxix a little bit out of position here, but no punishing coming out for her. Here's what we need to see. This is what has to happen. Oh, the Bex has that poison damage on her. Gonna see her fall here. Polymorph.
Okay, so I was totally wrong about the burst. Tychus has so much burst.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. Polymorph has to be used on Tychus whenever he traits. You need to deny him doing that big percent damage and chunking down Sonya and Stitches in these fights. So you need to save that Polymorph to interrupt for whenever he's doing that.
For sure, and she does have the range for it as well. It does put Breitwin in a little bit of a spooky spot, because you know, whenever she goes up to polymorph that Tychus, you know Slice is going to be watching and try to counter engage on that.
They are trying
camp invade.
Absolutely. Ming throwing out some orbs to try and just poke them out, zone them out a little bit. Mercy sitting over behind the wall, wanting to keep vision to land that hook and send someone behind the bottom fort here if it's possible. But it looks like for now, Mur-der-locs going to pick up their own siege camp, and the siege camp of 5-woman Wrecking Crew going to be picked up as well.
And then just to make a note, we are ahead almost a full level on the side of Mur-der-locs. We do see Traxx has almost 2,000 more XP than Sonya. So we are getting a little bit ahead, and we might be hitting 10s first if Mur-der-locs plays this slowly. Doesn't go for anything too crazy that they can't take advantage of.
We're going to see those sappers getting cleared up by Mur-der-locs. No problems here. 5-woman wrecking crew kind of hanging around to clear up the sappers they have here. Slice going to go ahead and slide on in underneath the towers, get polymorphed by the Brightwing, take a little bit of damage, but nothing to be concerned about because look at all those potions sitting out from Deckard right now. He's basically got this area set up already before the altars even came up. But the team split here. 2 members going up to the mid to try and grab that middle tower. The Bex is 1v2ing up here, spinning to win, taking a ton of poison damage from Fujin. And in the bottom, again, it just looks like 5-woman wrecking crew doesn't know where to send their resources. They end up giving up bottom. Oh no.
Li Ming does end up going down to that Lunara damage, and Brightwing going down to the Tychus. But yeah, the split there, they almost had the Sonya on the side of Mur-der-locs, and they chunked her down really, really quick without any real hard engage happening down bottom. So once Sonya is down, you have to decide, okay, are we going to just hard engage and make this 4v4 fight try to happen? Or are we going to back up, just let both of them go? And we just see a leap going in from Fusion under the tower, and she does end up going down to the Sonya Fend. A hook coming out, almost hitting Slice. Ooh, that was very audacious.
Yeah, Althine and Lil Barista here to help clear out this bottom lane now. We do have those siege camps up in 40 seconds and 30 seconds-ish. But not too much to do down here. Level 10's online now for both teams. On the side of 5-woman wrecking crew, it is going to be Ball Lightning, grabbed by the Cassia. Sonya's still holding on, but there she goes. She's going to lock in that leap. Wave of Force from Li Ming. Blink Heal being grabbed by the Brightwing, and Gorge from the Stitches.
And on the side of Mur-der-locs, we have Avalanche, aka Snowball. Oh, okay, I heard a hook and I wanted to check it out. And then Stay a While Listen from Deckard. Command Odin from Tychus. Leaping Strike from Lunara, as we saw. And Poison Nova from Zool.
Are those siege camps spawning in right now? 5-woman wrecking crew. There's up a little bit before the side of Mur-der-locs. They're going to go ahead and start that up now. Get that taken down and taken care of. And maybe even look for the hook invade over here, as they're still working on their camp on the side of Mur-der-locs. But it does look like they're just going to go ahead and start clearing this up. It's just the thing with the comp that 5-woman wrecking crew are running. They do need to play off these hooks, and I'm not seeing it happen right now. I'm just not seeing the hooks connect where they need to. I'm not seeing the polymorphs come out when they need to as well. See, there's a hook. Gorge coming out onto Mercy, but the whole rest of the team not really around to go for the pick here. Lunara dumped into the back line, but look at this. She's still managing to survive for now. Snowball coming out, and a beautiful save by Slice, keeping the members of 5-woman wrecking crew off of that Lunara as she was getting low here. Now Imran, Althine, both of them getting chunked here. Sonya just in that back line, spinning to win, trying to stay alive. Unfortunately, though, that bone prison coming out after she had already clicked the spin button, so she's not able to unroot herself and is looking like she is going to fall here. Tower going over to the side of Mur-der-locs.
Oh, this fight is still going on. Traxx did end up going into the mid lane, trying to get that additional soak. They are up by 13 at this point. They did get 13 in the middle of that fight, so they did have the advantage for the rest of the fight after the Lunara got away. We do see some heavy pressure coming in. We have that Tychus just trying to burn anything he can for now. A hook comes out onto the Lunara. So it's immediately going and taking that tower aggro, trying to get the Lunara out in safety. She does end up throwing a leap onto Ming, and the Ming ends up going down instead of Lunara. Oh, that was a wonderful tower aggro from Slice. She did exactly what she needed to do for Lunara to survive that. And we have another hook going down onto the Tychus. The Tychus is a tanky boy. Lightning Ball does end up getting bounced between 3 members of the team, killing the Lunara. The counter engage coming out onto Cassia with the Z coming down from Brightwing, able to keep Imoran alive. And Imoran ends up walking away while getting that Lunara pick. The hooks are hitting now. They're hitting real good
Yes.
now.
This is what we're going to need to see from the side of 5-woman wrecking crew if they want to turn this game around in their favor. Those hooks, they need to be landed, but not only that, they need to be followed up by the teams. You know, some of the times we're seeing these hooks land, and the team's just not prepared to go for the kill on these targets. But, I mean, good plays by Imran there. I was able to figure or see that she could go in for that kill, manages to survive, and a beautiful Stay a While and Listen coming out from that Deckard as well to kind of disengage there and try to go for some more picks.
And Barista, she was able to keep And Morin only lived because of Little Barista. Zing
Oh
on
yes,
Brandon, both
I was
healing center.
clenching there.
So really good plays by Little Barista. Trax gets super chunked from the Li Ming and the Cassia, but he does end up popping his Poison Nova, which brings 3 members of the team of 5 women wrecking crew very, very low. We do see the kills coming out onto Cassia and Sonya. Snowball landing on Little Barista, bringing her all the way to the back of the wall with Althine, Little Barista, and Mercy very, very low. This tower is gonna be going to the side of Mur-der-locs. Ooh, we do see a hook potentially coming out here. Oh, misses! Fujin on the other side than where Mercy thought she was gonna be.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons I'm not the biggest fan of a Stitches, is you're not landing that hook. It's really hard to engage. He doesn't really have much of just like a walk in there, CC them like a lot of other tanks provide, just being that front line in your face kind of thing. He's more a sit back, land that hook, and there it is. Onto Lunara here, into the mid fort, looking to drop her back behind the gate. Fujin going to use her leap on the keep to try and survive here, but she does get picked off. Meanwhile, that siege camp or the sapper is getting picked up by Mur-der-locs, looking to try and secure this bottom keep if they can. They also have a camp.
It's going to be a 3v4 here as well, which is the camp. But Slice decides to try to go in, try to provide that pressure so that way the sappers can walk on in there. Hook coming out. Does end up missing the enemy team.
They should be running straight to the camp right now. 20 seconds left until Lunara spawns. This is a 4v3. They need to try to maybe make something work here. Sonya was just in the mid lane. They could have made it a 5v3. Even though they're down talent tiers, it would have gone in their favor, I'm sure.
And they have really strong damage. Like, even with the 4v3, and they're a little bit scared because they're not 16, Li Ming and Cassia together, they can burst someone down really, really easily, really fast. If it's not May, essentially. You can burn anyone else down.
I've opened my tunnel as well.
But they are going to be going to this next objective. Possibly down 16s. They might be able to get it with these next couple of waves to make this a 16-16 fight. But we do see that the bottom tower is very, very low, and there are sappers walking on towards it. So it will probably fall here if they don't clear it.
Yeah, we are going to see Traxxas grabbing the tower on the top side for Mur-der-locs. Sonya channeling on the side of 5 woman wrecking crew, and here's a leap coming out from Fujin. The avalanche going out as well from May, but doesn't connect onto anyone. Hook connecting onto Brightwing here. She is polymorphed in that Odin. Cassia trying to step up to get some damage done out here, and we have that Deca root connecting onto a couple members here, followed up by the Stay a While and Listen, but the phase shift coming out from the Brightwing going to heal up the members of 5 woman wrecking crew and keep them around for a little bit longer. Still fighting down a talent here though. Imran looking like she's going to go down here. Little Barista doing what she can to heal her, but is not going to keep her alive, and she's going to fall as well. Zool grabbing 2 picks here for Mur-der-locs. 2 for nothing in favor of Mur-der-locs.
That poison damage is impressive. We do see Brickwood taking the big damage from the Li Ming. Woo, big! All 5 of those Qs ended up hitting her, but she does get healed up a little bit by Kaiberries. Fantastic root and Stay a While Listen from Kaiberries. Really great counter heals with Little Barista, almost keeping Imran alive there. But that poison damage. Oh, and we do have a hook coming out onto Breakwood. She does get stunned against the tower. They're trying to get this tower down as fast as possible. Li Ming ends up going down. Again, we see as soon as someone gets hooked and they start looking to pressure them under tower, Slice gets that tower aggro. She makes sure to get that tower aggro so her DPS ends up living.
Yeah, this is a really awkward situation for 5 woman wrecking crew to be in right now. That siege camp, sappers are up in the bottom lane. Does look like Mur-der-locs are going to go ahead and make a play for that, and they are down all but 1 of their keeps here, meaning if that is taken over, that's going to be core shots. But additionally, another way to end this game is the boss. They only need 4 shots here, and look at this. This top fort is going to fall. Are they going to be able to grab back anything before?
No, this is it. They don't have enough siege pressure. And Slice sees that. She ends up just diving into the core, letting them know that this game is over. Yeah, they just don't have the siege cleared to be able to get one of these towers down fast enough, especially without Wrath on Sonya.
This is going to be game number 2 going over to the side of Mur-der-locs. You know what? I feel a little sad for Imran, because Imran, she came in and subbed for a team a few weeks ago and said, this is the first time I've ever won GGs, and it's not even my real team, so I don't get to come back. And now she's coming back again to play on an actual team in an actual slot this week, and right now she's down 0-2. But I don't count them out yet though, because they're gonna try and. The thing is like I said, Mur-der-locs already kind of have a foot up on them because they have members that have played together and kind of have some synergy going for them already. Whereas the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew is still kind of figuring out their synergy and who should be on what role and how to make it all work.
Yeah, and we definitely know that the reverse sweeps can happen. I mean, I've been on, the team the week before that got reverse sweeps really easily. So we definitely know that can happen once they get their footing on who should be on what role. Couple of shout outs though, real quick. For me, the tower aggro was such a game changer. She ended up saving Lunara twice, Tychus once, simply by taking the tower aggro after a gorge and got pulled back behind the tower. And Stitches got her, Mercy ended up getting her groove on with those hooks. She just had a couple warm-up hooks, and then she started landing them and really becoming oppressive to Mur-der-locs.
Yeah, I'm still, unless you're doing something a little cheesy like a Medivh with it, I'm not really.
In Discord again.
I don't. It's because every time I type 5-woman Wrecking Crew, that's my toggle mute button. Is 5.
Oh, 5. Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of Stitch's tank.
He needs hard CC paired with him.
Yes, and
he can't be alone.
The issue is all they really had is a polymorph to follow up off that. Like maybe if they had gone Valkyrie to like re-pull in the person once again, but again that all plays around. Stitches has to land hooks and the team has to be ready to follow up. It's a bit of coordination that needs to be happening, which I'm not sure if 5-woman Wrecking Crew is quite there yet because they don't have the experience playing together that we see Mur-der-locs have already. Yeah, I mean, recently, the only games that I've really seen Stitches shine on is when he does Gorge with a Medivh portal to really, really isolate those targets and get those picks.
And plus, you don't really have to land the hook. You can get a portal, Gorge, and then run away. You're not really playing off of only hooks. There's multiple ways that you can play that. Where when you have a team so dependent on the hook, you really need to pair it with another form of CC if that's what you're going for. Because it can work, but you need Malfurion. Uther is usually one, but against a Lunar, it's really not recommended. Maybe you can do like a double support type thing with Brightwing and Uther. Or Imperius again. Whip out the Imperius. Bring him out. And really make him really oppressive. He's very strong at the moment. I would like to see more teams taking advantage of him.
The thing is running Imperius here wouldn't have worked because you need an offlaner that can double soak, and he's very, very weak at soaking. Definitely would have worked on following up for picks, though, but in terms of if you were going to pick him as your offlaner, not so much.
I mean, no, he could be a damage dealer. He's so strong. He could be in any role. Like, take out the Cassian, replace with Imperius. And now you have Imperius, Li Ming, Stitches, and then Sonya's still offload. Like, 3 frontliners can work. Imperius is so strong at the moment right now that kind of stuff can work.
All right. We do have a map pick coming out now from the side of Mur-der-locs as 5-woman Wrecking Crew has decided to stick with that first pick going into game number 3 here. So we are going to be going to Volskaya Foundry for this game, third game of the evening. If Mur-der-locs can pick up the win here, they will close out this series a nice 3-0, but don't count 5-woman Wrecking Crew out yet. They're still trying to find their footing, and this just might be the game where they turn it around here.
I mean, they have a hammer player. Mercy also plays hammer. She did get quite a few buffs in this last patch, and if you pair it up with something nice, it can be overpowering on the points of Volskaya or just pushing while the first objective is up. You can see something like that coming out. Again, I think the Gazlo, the Murky are going to be banned, possibly Zul. This is a good double soak lane map, top and mid if you want to go that route and have 4-man bottom. So I do see normal bans coming out. There's the lobby. Let me in.
Yeah, I'm still gonna think we're gonna see a Gazlo ban as well as a Diva ban. Maybe not the Murky one here. Just because he's not so great at fighting for control points. It's more split pushing. And in this map, if you're winning those Triglav protectors, you can really take advantage of that and open up and give your team an advantage going into next objectives. It's not like, you know, if you were on, say, Infernal Shrines. It's kind of easier to just counter push a lane and still grab as much value from losing objective as you do winning. All right, let's see here. We're waiting on a couple members to get into the lobby.
I'm like thinking of their comps. I see a Deckard probably coming out here. I see Li Ming coming in here again. Li Ming's very strong in this map. If they don't ban Diva, I see Diva being picked up by Traxx again.
Just want to make sure that teams are okay to go straight into a game 3 or if they need a break.
I already peed. I'm good. Alfian is saying they may need one.
All right, let's just see, give it a minute here. All right, well, if they're gonna, I guess if they're gonna need a 5-minute break, we'll just go to a 5-minute break as well. Give ourselves a chance to hit the bathroom and stretch our legs. And then we'll be right back for game number 3 on Volskaya Foundry. If you're wondering how we got here, game number 1, we played that one on Warhead Junction to check out the map changes. If you missed that, it was quite a sight to see how they went about playing that new changes to the map there. That was won by Mur-der-locs. Game number 2 on Towers of Doom also picked up by Mur-der-locs, making the series 2-0 in favor of Mur-der-locs, meaning if they win this one, this is going to be it for the night. But we'll be back in about 5 minutes here to get into game number 3 on Volskaya Foundry. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the follows. And have a nice break with us.
BRB, grab your snacks.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After that short break, teams are ready to get into this game number 3 on Volskaya Foundry.
You're muted again.
Just for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Surprise, we're back, Salvaje. She didn't know, but we did.
We're back.
Teams are ready to go into game number 3 here. We got the readies. We are all set. Mur-der-locs. If they win this one, this is going to be it. Series wrapped up. A short 3-0 for the evening. And, you know, doesn't happen too frequently, but if it does happen this week, it'll be the second week in a row that it happens. I'm going to let them know that we're going.
Give me the reverse sweep. Give me the reverse sweep. I want it, baby. Where are my pens? Okay.
Volskaya Industries.
Yeah, our sweeps in chat, if you're looking for 5-woman wrecking crew to pick up some dubs here. Vita, how are you doing?
At first I thought you said Mira, and I was like, what?
No.
Hello? I do see the Murky band still possibly coming out. We do have Zool being first band here on the side of 5-woman wrecking crew, which is perfectly acceptable. Traxx does very well in Zool. Very, very strong off-laner overall. Really hard to prevent her from doing well, whatever hero that she gets. I mean, your only kind of solution is not to ban him out, but to try to counter the solo that she does get.
Wait, this isn't... You missed the Warhead Junction game, Vita. Game number 1 was played on Warhead Junction. Mur-der-locs picked up the win there. They basically did a strat where their offlaner used the tunnels to soak all the lanes while the 4-man ran around like they basically had Vikings on their team.
Checking in.
We do have Ana being picked up first on the side of 5-woman wrecking crew. We had Chromie bans by Mur-der-locs. I don't even know if there was a Chromie player. Let's see.
I think Mercy plays it all, so if there's a reason they don't want Chromie here.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
This is where you're gonna be standing on the point quite a bit, so it's easy to just dump some down. Wait a minute.
5 man heals. 5 man heals. if
I don't know.
5 heals.
Oh, they are.
We started the trend. Go help generators. Y'all started the trend.
Just gonna be the next thing to happen in GGs when they're down 2 games and they might lose. They just go, let's have fun and take the 5-man heals. Let's see how Mur-der-locs responds to this, though.
I think they're gonna know what's going on, and hopefully they jump on the train. And with the only one not being a healer, Slice. They banned the healer. Oh, come on, Mur-der-locs.
Mur-der-locs are out for blood. They are like, nope, we're taking this seriously. We're going home.
Oh, I think when you notice that this is happening, just go for it. Have fun, enjoy it. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. And then take it seriously the next round. Or maybe they Cho'Gall here. Just keep Cho'Gall alive.
I'm here to help.
Jaina getting picked up by Mur-der-locs. And it's gonna be the
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, well. Sorry, ladies. 5-man heals isn't gonna work with an avatar. What if they Cho'Gall? Let's be real here. Uther main tank. Cho'Gall.
What's gonna be their
secondary
last
tank.
picks up? Tyrande,
Okay,
Malfurion.
full heal,
Alright.
full heal.
Strength.
Now, this has been pulled out a few times in GGs. Oh my. Really? Really?
Man,
You already
not
You
what I
already had the
wanted.
Jaina to clone, and they're just gonna throw in the Tracer to hat as well. Like, they are out for blood. They're like, no, we're not even entertaining this idea of memeing here. We are just going full hard for the win here.
Yeah, the in my opinion, the Avatar really closed it in. We do have Slice on the Tracer and Breakwood on the Johanna, so Slice is finally gonna be able to play some DPS.
That's kind of fun to see, because Slice is outside of playing tanks, Tracer is her bae. And she never gets to play it because she always is tanking. So at least in this game, we get to see her play Tracer for once. And I think this is really, really rare to get to catch in GGs.
You know what? I get it. Breakwood has to keep up her CCL image, baby. She can't be losing to 5-man healer cops. I get it.
All right, here we are. Game number 3 of our best of 5 series. Mur-der-locs takes the win here. They'll be closing out the series 3-0. But on the left-hand side, we have 5-woman wrecking crew with Lil Barista on the Malfurion, Mercy on Uther, Immorin on Ana, the Bex playing Tyrande, and Althene on the Rhaegar.
10 seconds.
And on the side of Mur-der-locs, we have Kyberries on the Brightwing, Breakwood 30k on Johanna, Slice on Tracer, Traxxas on Abathur, and Fujin on Jaina. They got hit by Owl. Never mind. Mur-der-locs dies. They lose.
GG.
Oh. They said dance off, and they said no. Y'all didn't want to be with us. We're gonna sleep you and stun you. We do see the W going down onto Mercy, and the stun hitting the Fujin. A little tussle here back and forth. We have Avatar already pushing down the bottom lane. With Breakwood getting fairly low into the 4 heals. Slice coming in to do some damage on Morin, and Morin said, trade with me, I'll trade with you. Sleep landing on the Jaina with the stun fall of Enter through with that Ana damage going in. Get her. This is great.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Kyberries and Althene facing off. Kai having a little bit of help from the Abathur there.
Kill Breakwood. Oh, I'm sorry. Mercy almost killed Breakwood, but a TP ended up landing on her.
Wait, but we do see first blood, because I was looking top, and it is going to be Jaina getting picked off here, but Mercy looking like she's in a bit of trouble, managing to make it behind the wall, and Slice, whew, taking a bit of tower shots, but able to back out there.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. We did end up missing that Jaina kill, but that Uther almost dominated Johanna. I'd be really interested.
All right, there's that turret camp getting picked up by the side of 5-woman wrecking crew. Turret camp just started now for Mur-der-locs. In the mid, we do have Slice and Breakwood trying to put a little bit of damage and pressure onto Mercy here as they push up this wave. Tyrande soaking top, Breakwood going up there, clear that up a bit as well. We do have the biotic emitter and those siege camps up and available to take before this first objective spawns in about a minute here.
And something to note, even though it's 5 healers, their CC is insane. They have Sleep, they have Uther stun to begin the CC chain, they have Root, and then Tyrande stun. And then Rhaegar just beats on them for as long as possible.
Yeah, not to mention the armor reduction that they have coming out as well from all of these members.
Oh, my phone died.
We redesigned our trigger protector for combat in the next phase.
Imran in the mid here, who getting a little low as Slice pushes this wave forward. Rhaegar is picking up that siege camp, has it done, and is just waiting for a little bit of time to pass so that it's pushing during objective instead of getting cleared up.
And we do have Mercy very, very low here with mana. Does either need a back, and she will be backing at this point. We're gonna get ready to contest this objective. Malfurion catching the wave top, or the wave bottom. And we do see that 5-woman wrecking crew did get 6 first, and they are going ahead. Oh my god, look at this mine pile happening on the left-hand side from Abathur. That's a fat trap waiting for someone to walk in there.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
Yeah.
Oh no, 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 no.
That looks like fun. Oh no. Okay, they're hanging out in the point for now.
Oh no, I'm so scared for them.
Oh, little barista. I have a feeling it's gonna be her to walk into. I don't know why. Oh. We do have the point being captured on the side
This
of 5
is
women.
so dirty.
Holding it down. Oh,
Look
my
how many
God,
mines
there's
this
more.
is. Somebody's just gonna get
There's 3, 6, 9,
100
10,
to zeroed.
11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh,
There's
man.
14 mines in that pile.
All
we do
somebody
have
needs
the
to do on the side of Mur-der-locs is to bait them through that once they get low.
We see Breakwood positioning herself in a way to try to do it, but they're definitely not going to go in onto it, Johanna, so they need someone like Brightwing to tease them into there.
And they're waiting for their Rhaegar as well to come back.
Yeah, look at
Look,
Breakwood
Breakwood
hanging
is
out.
like, I'm gonna go look at your turret and try to bait you
14,
through
15,
here.
16,
Oh my
17,
goodness.
and 17.
Oh no, no, no,
Mercy does go down to the mines. We do have a full engage coming in here. W coming down onto Althine from the Breakwood. Althine trying to get herself out of there. She doesn't end up getting out of there. But a successful mine trap is a successful mine trap. Poor Mercy.
Oh man, I feel bad for her.
Oh my god. Tracksucks, you're banned. That was too toxic. Oh, that was great. And we do have Imoran just going toe-to-toe with Slice here. Slice taking quite a bit of damage with no trade in return. Rhaegar and Mercy heading in onto the Breakwood. Breakwood just trying to keep them there with Fujin following up with their damage on Jaina. Althine re-engaging onto Fujin. Fujin getting very, very
Oh,
low.
that was
Althine
such a
completely
beautiful
blocked
sleep
out.
coming out. Oh my
Doesn't
goodness, that
slow
secured the
down.
kill here.
We do have a counter kill on Mercy, but Mercy is able to continue healing even after her death, so she's providing armor to all of her teammates while they're sitting here still engaging. Mercy
at
does end up falling down. Vex trying to get that tower down, and Althine taking a 1v1 battle with Slice.
Those turrets helping out the side of Mur-der-locs here, making it a little bit harder for 5-woman wrecking crew to fight here. But because they're 5 healers, 4 comp, ultimately the turret is, you know, not as impactful as if it was a normal comp here. Slice tapping and coming back for the fight here, looking to pick on Imran. Breakwood stepping up, has no XP trying. Again, Imran looks like they are the target trying to be picked here. I'm expecting this to really go a turn here for the side of 5-woman wrecking crew, but here comes a phase shift onto Slice to heal her up. Beautiful sleep landed by Imran. Once again, these sleeps have just been on point. But look at this nest of mines again setting up.
I see it happening. They did happen once before. Hopefully now, 5-woman wrecking crew realizes what's going to be happening and are very cautious and check these bushes and these alleyways for that mine trap.
Here's the thing, level
we do-
10's very close for Mur-der-locs here. They might be able to squeeze it out and re-engage We do see Breakwood going in, landing a condemn on a few members here, and now it's just an all-out brawl, but a 5v4, because we don't have the Abathur hat down here to help them out quite yet. She's trying to get that level 10 for her team and really turn the fight. And here we go, level 10's online now for the side of Mur-der-locs. We do see Blessed Shield getting picked up, and that's going to go out right away, stunning a few members of 5-woman Wrecking Crew. And they get that pick onto Rhaegar, and the chase is on now. Imran getting quite low. Heals going out onto her, but she ultimately does go down here. Mercy trying to make her way out. The Beck's already managing to fall behind 4 walls, and that's going to be a 2-0 in favor of Mur-der-locs.
And this is where the Abathur shines. When you don't have someone counter-soaking in that Abathur lane, they will most definitely get 10 first, and you're going to have to fight into those 10s or peel back and try to get the 10 as fast as possible to re-engage.
Yeah, so this is now Mur-der-locs a full level up on 5-woman Wrecking Crew. Pushing in this top lane, looking to get that fountain down and open up the lane for next objective. As this map, we all know that it goes mid, top, bottom, mid, top, bottom in that rotation. So you can set up your lanes knowing that.
And they are bringing down this objective as fast as they possibly can. However, again, it is 5 healers, so you kind of lack that siege potential. We do see the bomb from Slice going down onto Althine. Althine being healed up by the rest of her teammates, with Mercy coming in. Keep in mind, Mercy does have Divine Storm, and she does end up landing onto the Brightwing. Brightwing getting stunned by Tyrande and ends up falling, with Althine going in onto Slice. Slice does end up getting out with a push from the Triglav onto Althine into the towers, but it doesn't matter because the science comes out from Malfurion, landing onto the Jaina and the Johanna. Johanna's going to end up falling down here as well. Excellent counter engage from the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew.
All right, it does look like they're going to make a play for this Biotic emitter now while the members of Mur-der-locs are down. Still a little bit behind on the XP, but the gap closing a little bit here for 5-woman Wrecking Crew. They are going to be able to grab this Biotic emitter. It just looks like Rhaegar is also making a rotation over to pick up the... Oh, just to grab the Soak bottom. They do have those turret camps up and available to grab as well here. Keep in mind, look at this nest of mines once again starting.
Oh no. See it here. Oh, that's already 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 mines already. Althine getting very
No!
She ends up fighting the mines, but she lives. Throws the spray down, letting Abathur know, your mines can't kill me.
That was terrifying, though. She almost did go down there. Managed to stay alive. Going to make a play for this turret camp now. Breakwood coming over to check it all out. See if they can find something here. Slice kind of low, though, from sticking around in that top lane and just poking it out. Sleep coming out from Imran, but does not connect. Breakwood taking some damage here. Stun from Mercy, connecting onto the Joanna. Althine in the backline with that Tracer Pulse Bomb on her. Trying to chase down Tracer, though. No fear from her. And the members of Mur-der-locs getting quite low here. We did have that Ancestral Heal coming out from the Rhaegar as well to keep their team in there. But, you know, I think the 5-man support, their team fight is a lot better than you would expect.
It's the stuns and the Ana. The fact that they were able to pick up the Ana, which is the counter heal to a comp like this, is excellent. They have so much CC, and we do see Slice going in onto Althine with Breakwood throwing her W. Divine Shield comes out onto Breakwood from Mercy. She does end up living, getting blink healed by Brightwing, with Slice being the next target for the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew. But they are going to back up. Sleep does end up landing onto Brightwing. But they are going to back up here with... They need to realize this app, they're still pushing. We got to have possibly Rhaegar and Tyrande dealing with that Abathur push in the opposite lanes.
Yeah, Rhaegar is gone down to soak bottom now, but that top lane getting heavily sieged up by the Abathur right now. And they've already taken quite a bit of damage on this top fort as well. It would be nice if they could save it going into this next objective, so there's at least a little bit of structure left for them to retreat to in case Mur-der-locs gets the upper hand in a team fight over objective. They have something to kind of fall back to for a little bit of defense there.
Oh, we do see some heavy damage going out onto Slice. They do almost end up killing her, but a counter engage from Breakwood with that Blessed Shield coming out. Slice does get the kill onto the Rhaegar. They're going now onto Imoran, but they are going to be healed up by Mercy the Bex and Little Barista all at the same time, with Sleep falling down onto the Johanna, followed up by a Tyrande stun. But they do end up getting the counter pick onto Rhaegar.
Secure it to activate the protect.
Yeah, 4 members here now of Mur-der-locs sieging up this mid, but it's still a 4v4. Abathur is sitting on that point. No hats out for them here. Stun going out onto the Tracer. She is able to blink out of there to survive. Blink heals coming out from the Brightwing, but Ring of Frost being dropped by Jaina, catching a couple members. And now we have the return engage. Jaina going down here, getting popped by Tyrande. And they're going to lose their top fort here, though.
And during that time, Avatar has been.
Look at this.
We do have another trap.
Oh no, 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 no,
Oh,
not the
little
mines again.
barista.
Don't
Check
rotate.
check it. Oh my goodness. Mercy having the realization that there might be a mine trap around. I think she rotated that way just to try to keep it. Oh, will she check it? Will she check it?
Are they gonna notice that they're there? That's the question.
Oh my god, Mercy literally at the tip of it. And we see little barista just hanging around. Oh, this is so tense. But we do see that Mur-der-locs is going to be capturing their turret camp on the side of 5 Women Wrecking Crew. So they're going to get that turret camp to help them pressure onto this objective here, with Brightwing pushing down bottom, getting that fort down, and Avatar teleporting into their keep and dropping their level, I think 16, the little thingy-things that continue to get the wave, the fountain there, and pushing down the keep.
Track 6, I just feel like everything Traxxas brings to these games is just like the Mimi troll stuff, but she plays it so well. I don't think she hasn't played Abathur much in GG's, so it's not even something that's been a target ban onto her yet, and not something we've really seen too much from her. You know, she's known for the Murky and the Zool and you know, doing split pushing this way, but this Abathur is super annoying. Look at, here she goes again.
Yeah, I think. Oh, interrupt from the owl. Hitting. She is going to back because no one's going to be there in time to be able to interrupt her, unfortunately.
Look how much damage she's doing to this keep.
Yeah, so track 6, if a hero can split push, she plays it. That's all you need to know. If it can split push and do siege damage, you know she plays it.
I'm just like, I don't see Abathurs play like this very often. It's very entertaining. Chat saying it's toxics. Not track 6, toxics. Here, yeah, the
blessed. You see
blessed.
the ring coming down onto 2 members of the team of 5 Women Wrecking Crew with the follow-up from the Johanna W, but Dana ends up falling with the Divine Storm landing on the Johanna. Brightwing trying to Z on top of her, doesn't end up connecting with it. Kyberries is now the next target for 5 Women Wrecking Crew. She does end up falling to the Mercy stun.
But look at, they're losing a keep. Abathur Z'd in here again. Dropped his little, oh my goodness, what are they called?
Here, I can tell you the talent it is. It's Locust Brood.
The Locust, there we go.
Yeah, Locust Brood is what gets popped off. It's on the level 1 if you have a tag there. And against 5 healer comps, it's excellent, of course. And they do see an engage happening onto Slice here in the top with an Abathur hat. Mercy just trying to run it down on her. Does end up landing the stun. Trying to do as much damage as we can. We do see the Bex coming over here and trying to follow up. Owl.
Here, all the sleep connecting by Immer in there to help secure the kill. Can you she's just landing those sleeps on tracers like it's no big deal.
Oh my god, she's literally hacking. These sleeps have been on point the entire time. And Lauren, oh my god, you're Anna.
Ah, look at track 6 again. Now going for the top keep, though. Here's the thing. They're getting these kills. They're winning these team fights, but they're not getting structures from it. Oh, the back interrupted here. Althine going for track 6. She's finally going to pay for her shenanigans here. Getting picked off. The thing is they, like I was saying, they need to be getting structures. They're winning these team fights, staggering these deaths, and that's great. But if they're not doing anything with it, they're not going to be able to they're not going to be able to get that momentum and turn it into a win.
Yeah, but it's really difficult to do with the 5 healer comps. Like that's what it is. You excel in team fights, but you have such a hard time pushing the lanes. And we do have Mercy just zoning off. They are going to be going for this turret here on the side of Mur-der-locs, and they're going to be picking it up, landing on the Mercy, so that way they're going to be able to use their items on the next objective, with the Bex having the healing camp and then Mercy having the turret, and they're about to pick up another turret here to have 3 items for the next objective. And we do see a little bit of a split here between 5 Women Wrecking Crew, and Breakwood does recognize that, does end up throwing the Blessed Shield, lands on 3 members of the team. Ring following up shortly after with Anna getting caught in it. She does pop her Gladiator's medallion, but again, 5 man healers, they just keep each other alive. The Nano landing onto Mercy.
Fujin looking like she's in a little bit of trouble here, getting caught on that conveyor belt. She is going to fall. That's a 1-0 in favor of 5 Women Wrecking Crew. That objective spawning in now, but look at this bottom lane. 3 cat is on the core of 5 Women Wrecking Crew right now. This Abathur just getting so much value this game. We're going to see him burrow into top lane. Let's see if Mercy caught him there. I'm not sure that she did have vision So he was able to pop up there, drop his locust, go into the bush and back, and nobody seemed to notice.
It's time, hero. Control
Man,
the
oh
game
man.
and
I
win
want
the protector.
5 women wrecking crew to win so bad, but with this Avatar pressure and they having to respond to it, which allows Mur-der-locs to be able to grab those objectives. We do see a battle between Althine and Slice. Slice ends up throwing her bomb and just doing a ton of damage. They do end up
Keep
having
in mind,
Althine
Althine
is going in and barking on them.
Althine does have her ultimate here if she wants to try and bait Slice into something. She can just ancestral herself here. It is a little unfortunate, though, because they are down Jaina during this time, but they're spending the entire time cleaning up their lanes. And that Avatar's still sitting in top lane, sending the pressure there with his Locust. They are going in now, landing that stun onto Tracer. Just a follow-up CC. There's nothing she could do. Stuck in place for so long. They managed to get that pick. Now looking to grab this objective. And these are things they need to be winning. Like you were saying earlier, they don't have the siege damage to really push down these lanes. So the only way that they get that is by winning these objectives. They need to get a Triglav protector. They need to start opening up the map and figuring out how to deal with this pressure, because every time they do go for something, look at this. We're going to see a push top from the side of Mur-der-locs.
We do see that Althine kind of sniffs that out, so she is here to try to defend as best as she can, but a Blessed Shield immediately goes out onto Althine, followed up by the Jaina damage. She does end up just healing herself, giving herself a shield from her W, and just walking on out of there. But her alone isn't going to be able to defend this, unfortunately. Their wall is going to go down. Possibly some keep damage with these locusts coming in, but they do end up engaging onto Fujin with the Rainer, or with the Rhaegar, but a ring comes down, lands onto Rhaegar and Mercy. Rhaegar popping the gladiators, Mercy also popping their gladiators, and going in onto Kyberries. Clone is used onto the Jaina, so we do have double Jainas here, but they're going to be backing off the side of Mur-der-locs, and 5 women wrecking crew is just going to try to get rid of this clone and continue on with what they were doing. They did get the Triglav down bottom, so let's see what they're going to do with this.
I'm interested to see, does maybe look like they're thinking about
Blue
going
team
mid.
has taken control of a protector.
Okay, so going mid means they open it up for next objective, but here's the thing is that their bottom lane is completely knocked out here. So they're going to have Katas to deal with the entire time. If you were to take a bottom, you at least get the periodic Katas from securing the fort. If not, Katas to match the bottom lane pressure by taking keep as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do see that they're trying to keep them off this fort by trying to engage. We do have Blessed Shield coming out, landing on 3 members of the side of 5-man wrecking crew with the shield coming out on the Vex and Mercy and Rhaegar. Ring does end up going down, doesn't end up catching anyone. The middle of the ring does not catch anyone either. With the Triglav just trying to do as much damage as possible. So even with them trying to poke down the 3 members of 5 women wrecking crew, they were able to hold their own and actually counter engage very well.
Yeah, but take a look at their lanes here. Bottom lane, huge wave going to pressure the core here with some Katas to back up. Avatar also going up into that top lane to help push that out as well. And this is Mercy looking like she's getting in a little bit of trouble here. She does have to pop her ult here. Fujin getting quite low, but the team not really around to help her there. I mean, at this point, I think you should have just popped out of that Triglav. There's not much left on it, and the heals that Malfurion and Anna could have provided for Mercy there might have been more valuable than whatever they were doing in the Triglav. Rhaegar back to clean up the core here. Fujin getting caught. The stun comes out. That level 20 from Mercy picked up, so she is back up and alive here. Let's see if they can make something work. She's knocked back. Trying to get that kill onto Mercy once again. Breakwood eating damage from the mid keep. Phase shift coming out from Brightwing. Stun connecting from Mercy onto the Brightwing, but she's able to use her blink heal to get out of here. Mercy now a little bit overextended. We have the polymorph coming out as well as a blizzard from Jaina. Ring of Frost dropped as well, but not quite connecting onto anyone. Breakwood getting chunked quite quickly there. That middle Ring of Frost coming out and hitting a couple members there of 5 woman wrecking crew. The upgrade there, but once again, Abathur. My goodness, track 6 girl.
Like a little fly that you can't get rid of. You keep swatting at the lanes, but it doesn't ever seem to alleviate the pressure.
I'm sure that right now, Mur-der-locs is like, just keep them here, you know? But Rhaegar able to back up to clean up that lane. We do have the Twilight Dream coming out from Malfurion there. Stun landing onto Jaina, but it's just the clone, so it's no big deal. The clone's going to fall here, but that doesn't really matter. Well, if only Althine was able to catch the, She's so close, come on! She did it! Althine able to catch track 6 here, looking to get the pick onto the Abathur, but fortunately for Abathur, Kyberry is getting that phase shift in time to save her life, and she is able to just slug on out of there.
Dean, we were rooting for you, girl. We were all rooting for you. So close, but yet so far. The right wing able to keep down. Get down, Mr. President, says Kyberry's in the chat. Yeah, Choxic's proving to be a dominating force in this game. Perfect counter into this 5-man comp on Vizcaya. We do see a invade happening here from Mur-der-locs. Instant device storm ends up going out onto Fujin, Kyberry's, and Breakwood. Breakwood does end up counter engaging. Fujin getting very, very low here and does end up getting double stunned by the Uther. Rhaegar finishing off that kill with the bite. Rhaegar going in with every single bite that she has. Sleep! Lands to Brightwing, so they end up getting that pick very quickly here. Rhaegar still chasing 2 members of the side of Mur-der-locs, looking for blood. This Rhaegar has been such a dominating force.
Okay, they should go mid right now, try to get a keep. Try to open up the map, try to get like more structures down and do something, because these death timers are long enough now that even though you're running a 5-man support comp, you have enough time to do something with it. It does look like they're going to go for the biotic emitter instead here, but you know, you just have all this lane pressure. I feel like grabbing structures while you have that 2-man advantage is really invaluable at this point.
Absolutely, for sure. They do risk that if they do end up pushing a lane so hard, that Abathur is still up. So even though they have so many members down, that Abathur is such a powerful force. They can go
Rhaegar has been dealing with whatever shenanigans he's been popping up in these lanes to do, though. So if you have 4 of them push a keep, that's still a 4v3 for the push. And even probably a 4v2, because Abathur is probably not going to be at the keep. He's probably going to be popping around trying to do things in other lanes.
We do see a 4-man bush gank getting ready here.
I'm just waiting for an Abathur mine to pop up in here and reveal all of them.
That's what I'm waiting for too. But it looks like Abathur is getting ready for another mine trap here in the top right of the objective. Abathur hanging out in the mid lane, maybe possibly trying to bait them out if they can. Rhaegar exploring, just trying to get the lanes back in order again, realizing that their team is ready for this 4-man bush gank. Beck's coming back out. She says, I'm not in the mood for this. Oh, yes I am. She can't fit. Ooh. We do see Kyberry just went into that bush there. So
I'm worried for Althine, though. They're just going in on Althine, and she's stuck by herself there. She's going to pop her Ancestral, but it's not enough. They're going to end up trading here. Brightwing going down on the side of Mur-der-locs. Rhaegar on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew. And now, you know, they're kind of in a weird position because Mur-der-locs are on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew's map here, trying to retreat. But look at this pressure. Again, Abathur just pushing in top with those locusts. The cat is coming in as well, and they have the siege camp pressure to help out. Malfurion sticking around a little bit on that objective. It's just a tough situation to be in as 5-woman Wrecking Crew. Even if they win this objective, if they don't win it by killing everyone on the side of Mur-der-locs, Mur-der-locs just goes core.
Yeah, honestly, they have to go for this objective. I understand that there's so much pressure here. They need to clear this much faster and just go straight to that objective. They have to win it in order to have the possibility of winning this game. Because this is a level 20, this is a 25-minute Triglav. Like, this thing is just running it down top or bot and winning the game. There is no stopping it. We're at 90%, and
another
looks
huge
like
wave
it's
in
gonna
the
go
bottom.
on the side of Mur-der-locs, and I don't see how this isn't GG for Mur-der-locs.
Their core is already sitting at 54% here, so this Triglav might just be the end for the side of Mur-der-locs.
And here I thought we almost got a level 30 game.
Mercy going in, though, trying to stall them out as much as possible. Kyberry's getting quite low, using the blink heal to get out of there. Mercy on the chase, though, trying to get that pick onto Kai. Is she going to be able to find it? Fortunately, that little spell shield giving her the speed boost she needs, and the Triglav, meantime, on the core and quickly falling. Not enough damage to shred that down fast enough to finish the game, or to defend the game here, and that is going to be game number 3, going over to the side of Mur-der-locs. But, you know, I think this is the best executed 5-man support comp we've seen in GG's.
The second one? The second time we've seen it?
No, I said I think this is the best executed 5-man support we've seen in GG's. We've seen it a handful of times, but I think this is the best we've ever seen it. The majority of the times we've seen a 5-man support team be drafted in GG's, they've ended up being steamrolled. they hold on in the early game, but then they just lose that lead, and it ends up being like a 13-16 match, and it never has really ever played out for the 5-man support team. But I think this is the first game that actually went past level 20, and there was an opportunity here for them to try and actually win these games, whereas before it was pretty one-sided when I've seen 5-man supports. So I will give them that.
The CC chain. The supports that they picked, they were all able to complement one another with their form of CC. The only one missing a form of CC, hard CC, is Rhaegar, but he still has a slow, and he still has the damage output to be able to put out there. We do have Uther being the one that put out the most damage on the side of 5-woman Wrecking Crew, sitting at 78,000 damage. Actually, the second highest damage in the entire game. So he actually ended up beating Jaina and Abathur in damage. Abathur getting fairly close at sitting at 71,000 there.
Yeah, I just wanted to take note too. Look at the kills in this, 16-7. So, 5-woman Wrecking Crew were winning these team fights. There's no doubt about it. They were winning these team fights and getting the picks that they needed. It was just trying to find the siege damage and deal with this Abathur. MVP of this game, hands down, is the Abathur. Like, hands down.
If Abathur wasn't in this game, I think 5-woman Wrecking Crew would have taken that home and started the reverse sweep.
Yeah, I mean, just her alone sneaking into that keep, like how many times in a row and getting away with it, managing to secure it behind the fort wall even. I mean, so annoying, so toxic. And her mines, oh my god. I think that Traxix has another target ban potential here going forward in GG's.
Well, it could definitely be dealt with. Like, if you have a Ragnaros, bring Allura in here. Let Allura know how to deal with an Abathur as Ragnaros. So Abathur can definitely be countered. It's just this 5-man support is just something that cannot deal with him.
Yeah. Let's get into interviewing these ladies, though. I'll pop into the GGs. We'll start with the 5-woman Wrecking Crew, and then we'll go on to the winners of tonight's, the Mur-der-locs here, getting the nice, clean 3-0 sweep.
I'll see you there. Wait, no, I won't.
All right, ladies, GG's, well played tonight. I do have to say, even though you ended this series without grabbing a win, I think that is the best executed 5-man support game we've ever seen in GG's. Most of the time, it's been steamrolls. So very well played. It was a very entertaining game, and I'm glad you guys decided to go there for that last game. Just before we get into more of that, Breakwood, thank you so much for the raid. Thanks for coming to play tonight. I really appreciate it. Make sure you go give Breakwood a follow. You all know that she's participating in CCL, and she's starting to stream a lot more often because of that, so go hit up her channel there. I'm sure Luminaire's got her shouted out. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this 5-man support. Were you guys what were your thoughts going into that game? Why do the 5-man support?
We're all support mains.
Yeah, we all are or were at some point support mains, so we're like, yeah, we'll run it down.
We'll go out with a bang.
And a bang it was. I mean, if you look at like the deaths in that game, how the team fights played out, you guys were winning most of the team fights there, ending the game 16-7 in deaths. So your team really managing to survive and take those fights. It's just dealing with that Abathur. How frustrating was that?
Man, I should have taken Eye of Horus. I'm so angry.
Yeah, I think
Shoot him down.
I think actually the combination of the owl with Eye of Horus, Abathur just would have died every time she did that. So it's we just didn't realize that was going to be something we obviously knew we were going to have to deal with Abathur push, but something quite so brazen as that,
yes,
literally digging under a keep.
No,
it's not expected.
It's not. I didn't expect it either. It's not typically how you see Abathur being played, but I mean, this is Traxix we're talking about. It seems right up in her kind of brand she has going on to be pulling stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about how you guys were trying to figure out your picks and who is going to be playing what role, because as you guys kind of all said, you all at some point were support main, so you don't really have, clear tank main or off lane or who's going to be playing DPS. So how exactly did you decide that in these games?
We just kind of asked everyone what they'd want to play.
Did you do it on the fly then while you're in draft?
No.
We had a discussion about which healers we needed to have, and then sort of like listed who we played out of those people and tried to work around each other.
All right.
Yeah.
We did
for the
like
other games,
practice the other day for like
we
one
played a few
game.
games together.
So
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. You guys were a little bit of a leg down going into Mur-der-locs as well because half the team on their side has played in NGS and Heroes Lounge together. So a bit of a disadvantage already there. And then on top of that, I mean, I know you don't have access to their chat, but Fujin was scouting you guys all week, keeping track of what heroes you were playing, what maps that like we wanted to go to. So she was like she was really into trying to figure out how to counter everything you guys could bring out here. So really don't feel bad about tonight. This was a hard team to go up against, and I kind of apologize for that because after I made it on paper, when I do like my ranking system to try and balance these teams, it looked good, but then I realized, oh shoot, Kai Breakwood and Slice have all played together several times and have synergy formed already, so this is going to be hard for your team.
Yeah, you took my Slice away from me.
I have also never won Girls Gang Squad, so
I
should be like handicapped to whatever team I'm on.
And then you have Kai, who seems to always win it as well. I was saying that too, Imran. You subbed a few weeks ago and you finally won, but you were the sub, so you ended up having to give your spot back over.
Yeah.
So I was like, I feel bad. She's back again, and she, last time she was on, she said, I'm sad that I don't get to play again because I never win GGs, and here she is again, and she's not going to be able to stick around. So I'm sorry. I really, really am. Next time I put you on a team, it'll be a stacked one, and we'll try to get you a win finally.
That's the only way I can win is with card carry.
But in all honesty, though, your Anna in the last game, oh my goodness, the sleeps. Some of them were so freaking good. Just threading the needle on some of them to get the back line so Althine could finish on some picks on the Rhaegar. And you're hitting sleeps on Tracer, too, which is amazing in and of itself. So good job on the Anna. Like, don't be disappointed in that lose. You guys really went out with a bang, and I really enjoyed the game. So
that last game was actually really fun. Anyways.
Good. I'm glad you had fun. Now, we do have a new face in here tonight to Gigi's little barista. This is your first week playing in Girls Gang Squad. How did you like it?
First of all, thank you. And I had a blast. I learned so much, like just in that first game. I feel like I wish I had a notepad and I was just like writing everything down. I had a total blast. So thank you for having me.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. That's the best thing about this community is not just coming together and playing with new faces and making new friends, but you also get put onto these teams where you have, anything from bronze and silver to playing with master diamond players. So there's tons of information and knowledge being shared between these players for people to pick up and learn new things along the way. So I'm glad that you had a fantastic time and were able to learn some things as well. Salvaje, do you have any questions for these ladies before we get into some shout outs here?
Yes, well, I have some like hero shoutouts that I wanted to point out in the couple of last games. One of them was on Towers of Doom. Mercy, your stitches. Oh my god, love the hooks. Like you were warming up a little bit, and then you started landing them perfectly into the lead, making Tassia damage. That was one thing I wanted to point out. And then for your 5 healer comp, it was Imoran. I literally screeched at one of your sleeps.
Oh my god, I can't wait to watch the VOD. I love your screech.
It was on Tracer, and I was like, oh my god! She literally landed the most perfect sleep. And all 5 of you, your stun CC chain with the 5 healer comps was immaculate. Uther led the charge, followed up by the root, followed up by the Toronto stun, followed up by the sleep with the on-bionic grenade. You guys did so great. So I just want you guys to really know like that. You guys played your hearts out, and it showed for sure, especially for a team that's like new forming versus this team who's pretty experienced with one another already.
All right, let's get into some shout outs then. We'll start down at the bottom with the Bex. Where can people find you? What have you been up to these days?
Normally you can find me on Twitch. Same user, just the Bex. Right now I'm taking a bit of a stream break, but I would imagine I'll be back at it in a couple of weeks.
You teach, right?
Yeah, I'm a high school language arts, which is like high school literature teacher.
All right, and how's the new school? I guess it's not really. It's hard to say. Time flies. It's already 2 months into the new
really
semester.
Does fly.
How's that going so far?
We go in September, so we're 2.5 months in at this point, and so it's been something. You know, there's a lot of extra tasks that we have to take on because of the current world context, but we're doing our best for sure.
Now you're in Canada, right? And they've all actually gone back to classes in person there?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
So I bet you're ready for Christmas break to turn up already.
I could not tell you just how ready I am for Christmas.
All right, go give Bex a follow at the Bex on Twitch. I posted that link there in chat. We'll move on up to Mercy. Mercy, how are you doing? Where can people find you? And what any shout outs?
People can find me at Mercy Only Woo on Twitch and Twitter, and and I'm kind of just chilling. Nothing new.
All
just
right.
Stream and bye.
All right, go check out Mercy there at that link. Highly skilled player, plays a variety of tons of things. I know she is mainly a healer main, but we have seen tons of other roles shine for her on GG's. So make sure to go give her a follow and check out her plays there. Lil Barista, what's up with you? Do you stream? Tell us all about you. This is your first night on GG, so we don't really know too much.
Sure. I started playing Heroes about 5 years ago. I do not stream. It started as a hobby. My husband was like, hey, check out this game. It's fun. And so I started playing and I was like, yeah, it's okay. And then one summer, I am also a teacher, by the way. I teach American Sign Language at the high school level. And so during the summer, I just started playing a lot more and then got involved in a Discord full of people who were trying to get better. And so I recently climbed out of Bronze 5.
Nice.
And I'm just sort of clawing. Thanks. And I'm just clawing my way up as much as possible. And like I said, this experience was really eye-opening, and I know what I need to work on.
Good. I am glad that you had a great time for your first night in GG's, and I hope to have you back again soon. Good luck with that climb. I know being stuck down there in Bronze 5, it's tricky. It's really tricky to get out of there. So I wish you the best there. Let's move on up to Imran. Where can people find you? What have you been up to these days?
You can find me on Friday nights and Sunday nights at Twitch TV/Imran. And then every other night, I'm not streaming.
All right. So you're going to be streaming tomorrow then?
Nope. Today's Friday, and then Sunday is the day after tomorrow.
I thought you said Saturday. So what are you streaming on Sunday? Is it Heroes of the Storm, or do you mix it up?
It depends. Heroes of the Storm, Sea of Thieves, Spellbreak, other random stuff. I don't know.
All right. Well, go check out Imran there. We have her Twitch link in chat. Give her a follow. Check her out on Fridays and Sundays. And last but not least, Althene. What's up with you?
Not much. Streaming a little bit more, so twitch.tv/Althene. My team and I were starting to get back into practice for signups for NGS next season. Yeah, that's about it. Honestly, just kind of waiting for the new patch for 14, but that's not until next month. About it.
No, I meant to ask you, do you have a Twitter?
I do not.
You do not? Okay, cool. Because I wanted to tag you. Yeah, I wanted to tag you in the promos that we put out, but I didn't know if you had one or not, and I couldn't find it if you did, but good to know. All right, so keep an eye out for for Althene going into NGS next season. Maybe see her on a team there, and you can cheer her on then. But again, thank you so much, ladies, for coming to play tonight. You really put on a good show, especially in that last game with the 5 support comp. It was really a joy to watch. So GG's well played, and I hope you guys consider signing up again soon for Girls Gang Squad.
Yes, y'all are amazing.
Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, Salvaje.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we're going to pop over into Mur-der-locs here in just a moment. All right, ladies, GG's. Congrats on the nice 3-0 sweep tonight. Coming out there from Mur-der-locs. How are you guys feeling after that win?
Great.
Good, yeah. Awesome.
I mean, Track Saboteur is just so scary.
Oh my goodness. We were talking about that with 5-woman wrecking crew. Track 6, it just feels like whatever hero you're playing, it's just like the most toxic version of it in the best way possible.
That's my goal in life, is annoying as possible.
No, I mean, I've seen Abathurs play before, but not like this. You're burrowing into keeps and stealing them behind keep walls, and it's just what an annoyance and what a pleasure to watch.
Listen, if you're gonna keep banning Murky, I'm just gonna pull out something more annoying. That's my goal here, is just to make them ban.
You can play Murky again.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And the mind traps.
Oh my god.
My
Every
God.
time you'd set them up, we'd just be looking over there, like waiting for someone to walk through it. They'd get so close and wouldn't do it, and it was just a game of like, will they, won't they? It was so
It was
fun
so
to watch.
tense in the caster booth. We're like, oh god, oh no.
Salvaje, do you have some questions you want to throw out here?
Questions? No, I'm really bad at questions, but I have shout outs. So for Warhead, of course, Slices, Johanna. Holy sexiness. Your blessed shields were always so instantaneous whenever you saw like a squishy hero out of place. And then actually one question I had on Warhead, who made the call for that bottom left bush gank where you guys took the wall, did your little Warhead hoopla, and then walked back, sat in the bush, and waited?
Oh, I think that was me.
Was that you? Oh
Yeah.
my god, it was so good.
I don't remember. I think we all kind of said.
all wanted to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like, let's wait here, and everyone was like, yeah. So I think it was kind of everybody's idea, if I remember right. I don't know. I can't exactly picture what it was. Yeah.
Then your synergy is amazing. That was fantastic. Awesome play. Able to get that pick on the Rainer and get another nuke. And then of course, Breakwood's Ming. Beautiful. Synergized so well. And then on Towers of Doom, did you slice again? Did you purposely get the tower aggro every time one of your teammates got gorged?
I tried. I don't know how. I wasn't really paying attention to how successful.
Oh, very. It was very successful.
You did it every time.
Every time.
It was fantastic. And then, of course, Track 6, that Abathur, I believe, was MVP that game. Honestly, you really kept it in on Voskaya. The kills were 16-7. Like, they were dominating in the team fights.
Oh, we felt that, yes.
Yeah. So the Track 6, you really brought it ahead. You made that Rhaegar's life miserable because she had to stay on top of you the entire time in every single lane. And overall, just... Oh, and one more thing. Kai Berries on Towers of Doom. You had a really, really good combo bottom left in the tower with a root on 2 people and then a sleep that ended up getting you 2 kills. So I just wanted to shout you out too because I feel like you need to get shouted out more.
Thank you.
But that's all the notes that I had. My notes consist of... Can I swear?
Yeah.
My notes consist of like, holy shit, Slice, what is this? And then my next note for Abathur, ban this next time I play against Trax. Good job, ladies, overall. Holy.
I do have a question for you guys. Did you have a strategy going in to Warhead Junction as to how you were going to run that?
Yes, they screwed it up because they banned all my heroes.
I don't know. That's the first time I've played the map since it's changed, so I didn't have any strategies. But we kind of just rotated around and let Trax do the double soak thing, and then like tried to get camps when we could.
Yeah, that's what it felt like from our perspective, that you had just kind of decided that there's enough of, the tunnels give you enough time to rotate between these lanes to just run as a 4-man and look for picks everywhere and invades and stuff, while the 5th is just off soaking all of the other lanes.
Yeah.
I think that was an excellent way to play that, because those tunnels, absolutely, they allow you to get those rotations in that you need as the offlaner to soak as many lanes as possible. It's almost like you have Vikings on your team, but you don't.
Damn.
So no, I thought that was an excellent strategy, and it was executed very well. So well played there on Moorhead. Let's get into some shoutouts then, unless there's anything else you want to add, Salvaje.
I didn't shout out Fujin yet. Your damage on Lunara was really oppressive on both Towers of Doom. And your escapes on Towers of Doom, holy cow, those leaps, you would literally walk out with 10 health and just be like, hee hee. I'd be so aggravated trying to kill you. So good job, Fujin, as well, especially coming out. This is your first showing in GGS, right?
It is, and I felt I did really well in the first map, and then I just felt they started tunneling me so hard. I'm like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm doing.
They saw the threat. They knew.
And is it Fujin or Fujin?
I always say Fujin.
Fujin? Okay. Thank God.
I think we got it mostly right most of the night. All right, let's get into some of those shoutouts. We'll start down at the bottom with track 6. Where can people find you? What have you been up to these days? And any shoutouts you have besides just yourself?
I'm still not streaming, so you can find me in the Nexus or in Azeroth. I'm starting up Heroes Lounge again, so shout out to my team, Cho'Gall's Angels, and as always, shout out to my husband who watches every time I play. And I have to shout out Kai for that awesome save on when I was playing Abathur, and she poured it to me, and I survived.
Oh my goodness! Yes, I totally even forgot about shouting that one out, but I thought we saw the Rhaegar come in and just catch you at the last second with the lightning shield on his totem, and I thought you were going down, but the Brightwing coming in to save the day was beautiful.
Yeah,
you guys actually need to watch the VOD because we both screamed.
I was also screaming. There was a lot of screaming happening. So, but yeah, that's all I got, folks.
All right, moving on up to Slice. Where can people find you? Any shout outs you have for us tonight?
Hi, I'm Slice. I tank. I'm not doing anything. Shout out to my team and the other team. It's really hard when you are on a team that is full of people who have like one role and that's everyone's experience, and it's really hard to flex out of it. So I really appreciate them coming together and playing. I know that that's like not easy to do. And yeah, not a whole lot else. I'm on Twitch, but I'm not streaming right now. I'm on a hiatus. I don't know when I'll be back. I'm on Twitter, press B to slice. And I can't think of anything else. That's it.
All right, perfect. Well, even though she's on hiatus, go give her a follow there at Slice1030 on Twitch. I'm sure she'll be back one day and would love your support when she does come back. Moving on up to Kai Berries. Where can people find you? Any shout outs tonight?
Hi, I'm Kai Berries and my audio is messed up tonight. Sorry about that. I don't know what it sounds like, but it's not good. I play heal. I heal berries. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, everywhere on the internet, YouTube at Kai Berries. And just shout out to you, Jazzalene. You put together such a fun team for us. Thank you. I had a great night.
Yeah, no problem. We were making jokes earlier that it's kind of Clever Girls Light because you have half the team here, but also half the team of Careless Badgers. So you guys are kind of seasoned in practicing together, and it was going to be a difficult matchup for the other team to take you guys on. So hopefully we can get something a little bit more balanced going forward, keeping in mind that you guys have played together, because on paper it was... I basically I have a formula for how to balance these teams. So on paper, it worked well, but then I didn't take into consideration that you guys have played quite a bit together.
We broke the formula. We broke
it. But go give Kai a follow there if you're not already following Kai Berries. And we'll move on up to our new face of GG's, Fujin. How are you? Do you stream? What's going on with you? Tell us all about you. How did you start playing HOTS? Yeah.
So I've been playing HOTS off and on since beta. I never super got into it, but then here lately, with being stuck inside with the quarantine, I started taking it a lot more seriously. And I, like Little Barista, have made the crawl out of the bottom of bronze. I'm up to bronze 4. Woo!
Good job.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
it's very sad. This is the lowest I've ever been, but then I'm also out of practice. I actually usually off lane, but went over into DPS this time and did okay until that last game.
No,
in
I
terms
think
of finding me, I'm Fujinakari here. I'm Fujinakari over on Twitter. I don't actually have a YouTube, so you're gonna have a hard time finding me over there, but I wish you luck. And in terms of shoutouts, because that's what you're about to ask, first of all, to you, because you've been putting this on forever, and it's always amazing. I haven't gotten to watch it too much. Shout out to Kaiberries, because she basically very nicely harassed me for weeks in order to get me to sign up. And then, so funny story that I don't think anyone actually knows. Shout out to Breakwood, because when the teams first got announced, I was like, I cannot freaking do this. Are you kidding me? I'm Bronze 4 and I'm with Breakwood? If we lose, everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, Fuji, you dragged down the best. I was so intimidated. And then we ended up like playing on Tuesday, and it just, all of my fears just kind of completely went away, and it was way better. So thank you.
Yeah, everyone is so welcoming here, especially to newcomers. So, I understand it can definitely be intimidating playing with a one woman who made it into CCL right off the bat on your first week of GGs. But Breakwood is such a nice person, so I'm glad that she made you feel welcome here. I just wanted to say shout out to you too. I saw in your team's comms chat how much scouting you were doing for your team and trying to bring your best to these games. So just really well played. I'm sure they appreciated all the effort that you put in as well.
Well, you were talking about, because I was listening to the other setup that the teachers we had on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
I work in medical services, which has been amazing during the pandemic, let me just say. And a lot of my job is data analysis, so kind of fell right into my wheelhouse. I was like, oh, let me just super cross-examine everything they're doing. The biggest issue I kept having is I was like, I think we should do this, but feel free to correct me, because
no, I thought a lot of the things you were saying in your chat, I don't really like to drop in too much and interrupt chat, because I'm just supposed to be an outsider and not really giving too much away in there. But I thought that the things you were saying in there were not the perspective of a bronze player at all. So I think you're doing fine, and don't worry about, I've been there before in your shoes, where you don't really, it can be intimidating to say stuff because you're lower rank and you think that your opinions maybe aren't as valued as somebody else who's a higher rank. But I think it's better to say something than not to, and put it out on the table, because you either are right or you learn something. So good for you for helping out your team and doing that side of it. Let's move on. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at the end of the day, my overall strategy was, well, let's make them talk about it one way or the other.
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly it. Let's move up to Breakwood. Where can people find you? I'm sure most of them already know, and let us know what you're doing these days. Again, I'm sure most of them already know, but
famous.
And do you have any shoutouts as well?
Well, you can find me on Twitter as Breakwood, with 2 zeros instead of the O.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same for Twitch. I also have a YouTube channel named Breakwood Gaming, but not really update. And yeah, I am in CCL, but I am the 6th player, so I'm more doing practice and developing my potential to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about what I do, and shout out to my team. Always nice to play with them, and I mean, I think we synergies all really well. And shout out to Fujin that just came into a team that already almost all know each other and was just really nice to play with. She was really aggressive and just followed the calls. So you're really good, Fujin. Keep playing.
All right. Well, again, ladies, congrats on the win tonight. The nice 3-0 sweep. It was great to have you back, and I can't wait to see you play again next week. GG's, well played. Stay safe out there, and have a nice weekend.
Thanks, Jazzy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. GG.
Bye.
Everybody.
Good night.
All right, let's get Salvaje back up here on the screen for you guys. It's always a toss-up of whether it's going to show up right for me when I switch back to these Discord calls.
I'm ready to go.
But
I'm
here we
dancing.
are
Yeah,
at
you
the
see
end of
me?
the night
Ayo.
here. Let's get Salvaje, shout yourself out. Where can people find you? Any shout-outs, all that jazz, pun intended.
Yeah, so my name is Salvaje. You can find me at twitch.tv at Salvaje Gaming, and then Twitter at Salvaje Gaming as well, alongside with YouTube. And I do upload regularly onto YouTube, so if you miss out on any VODs, you can find not all of my VODs on there to be able to watch.
Well, there you go. And a pleasure to have you on casting tonight. I always feel like, you know, there's certain casters I cast with where I just get to sit back. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It gives my voice a break. And it's just easy to sit back and cast and just be like the overall big picture side of it, not having to worry about wearing out my voice. And I have a lot of fun casting with you. So I'm glad that you were on tonight to cast GGs. And I look forward to having you back again. While we have everyone here, though, in terms of what's going on with the future of GGs, I do want to take this opportunity to announce that we will be doing another charity stream coming up soon. There's not a date set yet. Slexia and I will be going over plans for that this weekend, but we do plan on raising money directed towards something to do with kids for Christmas. So something like Toys for Tots we're going to look into. We have a couple other ideas that have been floated around, but we are going to be doing a charity stream sometime beginning or mid-December to make some money for that, to help out some families that might be struggling to make ends meet for Christmas for kids with COVID-19 happening and everything that's been going on with job losses there. So that's the next big event that's going to be happening for Girls Gang Squad that we're going to be putting on. So keep an eye out for that. I imagine it's going to be same kind of similar format of an all-day tournament where we make money. But we're looking into maybe doing some different ideas where you can buy actual toys for kids off a gift list or something. But it's all just going to depend on the logistics of it. So, but something's going to be going on in December at some point, one weekend, raising money for something for kids for Christmas to get presents. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. It seemed like a lot of ladies were interested in participating, so keep your eyes and ears out for that. If you don't follow me on Twitter, go take a look at my Twitter. Give me a follow there. If you're not in my Discord, you can join that here. And all my announcements and stuff are generally posted in those two things, so you can follow up with what's going on either on Twitter or Discord. What do I have going on? Tomorrow, I'm going to be casting an NGS game. If you want to catch that, that's going to be at 7 p.m. Coffee Club TV will be joining me to cast that. And then next week, a little bit up in the air right now because I think we're getting into playoffs for NGS. So the games are not quite scheduled or what's going on there. So I don't have my schedule figured out yet for casting next week. But if you enjoy casted Heroes of the Storms games, well, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that follow button because that's all that is going on here on my channel these days. I do appreciate all the follows that came in tonight and the hosts and raids. Much love there. And that's going to be it for GG's tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful and safe weekend out there. Try to keep yourselves not too overstressed with everything going on. And we'll see you next time.
GG's, everyone.
Thanks for watching.